Yeah, let me get it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage.
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? This is live Wrestling with Savage. You might have heard my colleagues here babbling a little bit during the intro song. We apologize about that, but that's okay. We're going to go live right now from the Smackdown Live Arena, Phoenix, Arizona. Do you guys have any fond memories of Phoenix, Arizona in the wrestling history? You remember anything? Anything? Nothing? Dave? Nothing, right? Phoenix? How you guys doing tonight? Everybody's good? Let's play some music. It's getting awkward in here. What's up, Dave?
Is your camera right on YouTube? Because I don't see you at all.
What do you mean?
I just see like the lights of your computer.
Oh, yeah, that's because my camera fell down behind here. See, can you see me now?
I see you on Twitch fine.
Oh, of course you see me on Twitch fine, because that's all that really matters. But you
That's
guys want to see me on this little
Make
Discord.
sure you're all right.
No, I'm more than all right, man.
Okay.
Are you all right?
Good, then.
Are you all right? That should be the real fucking question. What did you guys think of SmackDown tonight? Let's get right into it.
That was all right. Not much to talk about, but all right.
Not much to talk about.
Not to like, you know, go write a book about it.
So you don't think there was much to talk about at all?
What would you guys say was the line of the night in a promo?
The line of the night in a promo? On what? At Rampage or WWE only are we talking about? Since you're talking about the night.
The night in general. Give me a hint.
Probably from Hook. It says, when he said, that's the problem with people. They don't think.
How about the Street Profits? Where did you hear that? Dirt sheets?
Yeah, Street Profits were good too tonight. Street Profits were funny tonight. To be honest with you, I always like the Street Profits, no matter what they're doing, so it doesn't really matter what they say or what they do, because in the ring, their in-ring work speaks for itself. They always do good in the ring. They always cut good promos when they're allowed to actually talk for more than 4 seconds. But Street Profits are on their way up right now. SmackDown open up with Drew, Riddle, Sami Zayn, Sheamus, Seth all on the ladder in the ring with Omos and MVP standing in the ring. Pat and Cole are standing next to the ring like NXT does, which I found pretty fucking weird. Cole telling us you win by climbing the ladder, grabbing, and then taking control of your destiny. Money in the Bank, he's trying to hype it up a little bit. Seth opens us up, letting us know Money in the Bank is right around the corner. I can speak for all of us here. Drew says, you don't speak for Drew. Riddle says, yeah, you don't speak for Drew. Seth says, okay, brah. The best place to cash it in, Seth says, will be SummerSlam when Roman and Brock are beating the hell out of each other. Since I've cashed in on those days before, on those boys before, let me tell you, it's like taking candy from a Samoan baby and a Beast Boy baby. That might have actually been the line of the night, too. That was pretty good. Calling him a Samoan baby and a Beast Boy baby. Did you guys get a chuckle out of that one or not really?
Solid chuckle.
Solid chuckle, right? How about you, Dave?
I missed that part. I caught half of SmackDown.
You caught half of that? Oh, my God. What did you see in SmackDown? You saw it the second half?
Pretty much, yeah.
You didn't miss much in the beginning. In the beginning, it was just a lot of shit talking. Riddle says, when I cash this in, I can finally beat that dirt bag. Basically, everybody was just going on and on. MVP says, you're all a bunch of idiots. Don't you see this giant in the ring? Omos was the only one not on the ladder. He's just trying to stand there, trying to, compare himself to the ladder so you see how big this human being is. I'll give him that. As far as pure size and just, like, visual, Omos is a 10. For size and visual. But the second that visual starts moving around the ring, it just looks like a blur of shit. Like giving elbow drop after elbow and back elbow and another back elbow and just stumbling and fumbling around the ring. I'm very happy he didn't win. The match tonight. I'm glad Corbin got the win. We had a match that started off right away. Adam Pearce comes out, basically starts talking shit. I mean, a lot happened before all that. I can go on and on, but it's not really worth it. I could. Sheamus was talking. He sees Roman or Brock Lesnar. He says for Brock, he's going to need his Wheaties for Brock. So Sheamus I did like that line. He kind of took a shot at Roman Reigns, saying, you know, I'm more scared of Brock Lesnar than you. If I have to fight Brock, I'm going to have to eat my Wheaties. So that was like a little shot at Roman right there on live TV, whether you noticed it or not. But Dave, what do you think of that? Do you think Sheamus is pointing something out here? That, you know, obviously Brock is more of a badass than Roman?
He's not lying, at least.
No, he's definitely not lying.
So.
He's definitely not lying. Did you guys see the first match? No, Dave, you didn't, but Gilch, you did, right?
Remind me which one.
Opening match of the night, which was the Battle Royale.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
The shit show that Adam Pearce says it's now official. Get the ladders out of the ring. We're going to have a Battle Royale right now in the match. You're going to have Drew. You're going to have Corbin. You're going to have Omos, Sheamus, Sami Zayn. You're going to have Madcap. You know, I thought the match was pretty weird because I didn't know exactly what the hell was happening. I didn't know if right away this was like a qualifying match. Like, does the winner of this like get a guaranteed spot in the match? And then I was like, no, it can't be that because there's guys that are in the match that are in the match. It didn't make sense. It was just a match to have a match because everybody was already in the ring. There wasn't a lot to it. Miz came up before, says, Drew, do you remember the last time I had the contract? I cashed it in on your ass. I am the only 2-time Money in the Bank winner in this company's history. Ezekiel then comes out, says he's Elias' younger brother, as usual. Happy Corbin comes out, says, Zeke, you are as dumb as your buffoon brother. I have won that contract before, and no one is as lucky as me in Las Vegas. And then, of course, Madcap has to come out, says, Corbin, I thought we were done with the jokes. Match starts off. It was a shit show. I don't know. Drew was taking Miz out with chops. Sheamus now working on Seth Rollins. Omos eliminates Madcap. This match absolutely makes no fucking sense to me. Omos now eliminates The Miz. Why do men who are already in the match have to compete? It just doesn't make sense. Drew decides to take on Omos, but leads to Omos choking him. Omos now takes out Drew with a headbutt. Now Sheamus tries to catch like something, but he ends up catching an elbow from Omos, who is now, guess what, catching more elbows to Sami Zayn. Now he sees Seth freaking Rollins, who waves bye-bye. It literally just eliminates himself, which at that point I was like, okay, this match is irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything. If Seth is just going to jump out of the ring, this match doesn't mean a fucking thing. So that was a smart move on Seth Rollins' behalf to get out of the ring. Now we get bum-ass Corbin chants as he gives Riddle the choke slam backbreaker, which was a nice spot. I thought Corbin actually shined in this match. That's why I have him plastered right now on the stream right now. I got his picture showing because he shined in this match. He really did. That deep six, end of days. Corbin ends up coming out looking really fucking strong. Drew hit a Aftershock DDT on Sheamus, then the Claymore on Sammy, who's dumped over the top rope. Here comes Corbin to eliminate Drew and Sheamus. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre were fighting on the side of the ropes, you know, trying to eliminate each other. Then Corbin just makes the smart play, comes out of nowhere, dumps them both over the top ropes. He's the winner of the Battle Royale that means nothing. Gilch, what did you think of this match? What did you rate it? Give me whatever comments you have on this, please.
I kept listening because I thought maybe I missed something at the beginning, so I kept listening to the commentary and waiting for someone to say like, "Oh, the winner of this match gets a shot at this, or gets another spot, like another entry into Money in the Bank, yet another guy," and like it never materialized. So I was like, "What is this? Like, what's the point of this?" And yeah, I feel exactly how you felt about it. TBD on the rating. I got to really think about that.
No TBD. You got to rate this shit right now. Right now. There's no TBD on this show.
Corbin did
TBD.
shine. Corbin did shine. I'll give you 2 stars.
Okay, 2 stars. I like that. I like that. Corbin absolutely did shine. It was a hell of a good show tonight. As far as like setting up Corbin to have a bright future, which is what I thought they were gonna do. We're not gonna get into too much of what happened later. We'll get into that later, because obviously he's gonna be in a match later in the night, because we still are missing one person from the Money in the Bank match at this point. So this match, that's why I was kind of confused, because I know we're missing somebody. So I was assuming this was gonna be like that match. We're gonna find out who it is. But they don't even announce that there's, you know, the match till later in the night. But at the end of the night, the main event was the Fatal 4-Way between Ezekiel, Corbin, Madcap, and if I'm not mistaken, I'll tell you right now who the last guy was. because it was a shit show. It just, I don't know, everything. Ezekiel, Miz, Madcap, and Corbin. Fatal 4-way, and that was going to determine the winner and the person who would get the absolute last spot in the Money in the Bank. And Dave, I know you know who won that, right? You saw the second half. Don't say it yet.
I was confused. No.
The whole thing was.
That's why I was confused when you were naming the people in the beginning. You're like Corbin won and all that. I was like, huh? Well, like, did I watch the wrong SmackDown? But now you clarified it.
Yeah,
so
no,
like,
he definitely won the Battle Royale, which I actually really liked. I was like, okay, that's fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, I was hyped about that because I like Corbin. Corbin's a really good worker. I love all his work because any gimmick they've thrown at him, he's rocked it. And he hasn't bitched, he hasn't moaned, he hasn't walked out of shows like certain other female wrestlers that we're gonna remain unnamed right now. But you know what I mean? He's had the shit end of the stick for quite some time right now. I remember once upon a time he was in a match with what's her face, Lacey Evans, against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. All right, intergender match at Money in the Bank, and he had his shot at the Universal Championship. They didn't give it to him then. So how many years ago was that? 2016. We're now 2022. So that's 6 years of this guy saying yes to every single job, every single story, every single gimmick. So the fact that he won this first match, and I know I'm going off on a little bit of a rant right now, but that's because I am a Corbin guy. I like Corbin. I think he deserves a fucking run. If not now, which, you know, fine, I get that. Soon. He deserves it. After this shit show, which I gave a 2.5 star entertaining but kind of useless booking of a match. I just didn't understand the booking. I didn't understand the story. There wasn't really good storytelling. It was just more of like a mishmash. Let's just stick everybody in the ring on a ladder. They're all gonna, you know, talk some shit. More people are gonna come out, talk even more shit up, and we're gonna then set up a shitty battle royale that makes absolutely no fucking sense to kill as much fucking time as possible so we can get through this shit fucking show. Yeah, that's what I thought. We get a segment between Natty and Ronda that was going to be called Rocking the Boat, where we're going to revisit Ronda and Natty's current feud. And, you know, honestly, considering the name that they gave this, they gave it a very nice name, Rocking the Boat or whatever, Rocking the Cradle, whatever the fuck they called it, I don't know. But they didn't even do anything. There was no real segment between Natty and Ronda. There was just promos. We saw a small, short interview from Natty, and then we saw an even shorter interview from Ronda, like 10-second interview. No actual face-to-face, no confrontation. Like, considering how good they hyped this match up last week, and then to end it off like this, just such a sour fucking taste in my mouth. Like, I went from 100% interested in this match to now, like, you know, 60%. I don't have the same investment as I did last week. Because last week they left me on the edge of my seat, wanting to see more, wanting to know what would happen. And now they don't have that from me because they're fucking stupid. They book stupid, and you know they spend more time on useless people than good storytelling for Women's Championship Wrestling. But you know, what do I know? I'm just some fucking guy in my game room. I know fucking nothing. Gilch, what did you think of that segment?
I don't know. I've actually been kind of enjoying that a little bit between the two of them, and I don't know. Off the rails. I don't know.
Yeah, I felt like today was a very weird night in general for storytelling. You could tell Vince was nowhere near the building. That's how I felt. I felt like on Raw, Vince's fingerprint was all over that show, and you know, he happened to not have dementia on this specific Monday, and we actually got some decent segments here. On SmackDown tonight, I don't think he was even in the building, and if he was, then the dementia was clicked in and locked and loaded, and, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. Was this Jeff Jarrett's booking? Somebody's got to be responsible for this nonsense. That's what I want to know. I want to know who it was. Was it fucking, what's his face? The other fucker? Bruce Pritchard?
Probably.
Fucking useless fucking piece of shit. The only chances he had to push people and he just like fucking went right for the other guy. The typical. I'm not even getting into that. I could do a whole fucking weekend on that guy. It's just upsetting. A lot of nasty, stupid shit. Like I said, back from break, Corbin says no one can admit who I am how great I am. Oh, you know, they just can't stop complaining. All the people, all the fans, all they do is complain and moan. And then, of course, they ask him, how about Pat's challenge for a match at SummerSlam? Corbin just hard looks at the camera. He doesn't have anything to say because he's, you know, just the near mention of Pat McAfee probably makes him want to vomit. So he's got no words for Pat McAfee or anything about the bum-ass Corbin situation. Pat, then they show a shot of Pat, and Pat was in you know, special form tonight, just talking shit the whole night, all night. I think Michael Cole definitely fucked up tonight a couple of times because he just couldn't keep a straight fucking face. Because this guy Pat was all over the place whenever they showed him on the camera. Man, this guy was like a special tonight. He says, "Let me humble you at SummerSlam, you bum." We end that. We get a segment now. Again, it's going to be not even a segment. You know, they tell us we're going to get a segment called "Rocking in the Boat," but all that means is we're going to get a video package showing us everything we've already seen that was good. And now, from the good, we're going to go straight to the bad, which is another interview with fucking Natty. All Ronda has left is talk. She bashed my looks, bashed my charisma. I've seen the movies Ronda has made, and I see why Hollywood is not knocking on the door anymore. I've seen nothing but fear in her eyes. I know the sharpshooter hurt her. I know she's not 100% ready right now. That's why she's lashing out like a child. I'm going to take Ronda Rousey down. I'm going to put her in the sharpshooter, make her tap out. I'll be the first person to ever make her tap out and become 2 times woman champion. And the only thing left for Ronda to hold will be her baby. That line was good, but that's about it. Other than that line, everything else we've heard already at least 3 times. Do you agree, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you excited about this match? Do you want to get some predictions out there, Dave? What do you see happening in this match tomorrow night? Which, by the way, I'm going to be trying to do a live play-by-play on this. If you guys want to join the party. It's tomorrow, right? Yeah. Tomorrow is Money in the Bank. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
8 o'clock. Pre-show's at 7. Brought to you exclusively by the Peacock Network, which you should all fucking pay for. Because Vince is going to need your money. We've mentioned this before. We'll mention it again.
The pre-show?
I don't give a fuck about the pre-show. The commentary starts at 8 o'clock on the dot. I'll be going live. If you guys want to join me for the play-by-play, more than welcome. I did it by myself last time. It was not fun. And it was not fun after the 3rd hour. The first couple hours were fun. The 2nd to 3rd hour was starting to become torture. And then the 4th hour was just somebody fucking kill me. Somebody shoot me in the head. I need to go to bed. I can't even talk anymore. But, you know, it was fun.
You did do a long show, though. So.
Forbidden motherfucking Door, man. It was like almost 4 hours long, man. And if I would have did like the buy-in, the early buy-in, over 4 hours. Jesus Christ. Again, video package. Dave, who do you got in this match tomorrow night? Ronda or Natty? Who do you want to win, and who do you think is going to win? Those are always going to be the 2 questions.
Okay, there you go. I would love for Natty to win, obviously, because you know I think she earned it by now. I mean, more than before. Ever, she deserves to have a title run. You know. Maybe they should have done the segment they did last week this week, but I guess because they try to constrain with.
That's a good point. If they would have saved last week for this week, everything would be different tonight.
Yeah, because this is the closing show. You know, the pay-per-view. You know, the detailed pay-per-view. So
it should always be confrontation, like confrontation. Every single time there's a match, there should be like a physical altercation where both parties are subject to violence before the match begins. This is what gets things going.
I think they try to do like these group matches to compete with like Blood and Guts and stuff like that. Just to,
it's funny that you say that because I got that vibe too, just because of all the battle royales AEW's been doing lately, and then they're just gonna do another battle. Yeah, it's a cool thing. That's what the cool kids are doing now. They're doing the battle royales. Yeah, that's what the cool kids do now. We're gonna put on the battle royale. We're gonna go out there and they're gonna play in the ring. Wait till we talk about the battle royale later. That really fucking grinds my gears. Fucking believable, man. Match, New Day versus Viking Raiders. No, it's not a match. We got a video of what the Viking Raiders did last week. I think Pat was actually trying to convince people that this is the first time we've seen these Raiders in thousands of years. That the Raiders are now here, and they're going to kill everybody! Back from break, we see Caulfield Woods acting a fool before, and they went extra fool tonight. Like, they were acting hard to look like the biggest fucking possible clowns on God's green earth. Guess what, Dave? A fucking plus for effort. Clowns. Accomplished. They come out saying last week you guys came to the show. You know, when you come to the show, we make sure that you have a good time. Last week you wanted to see the human skyscraping dancing machine, so we gave you Shanky. He was cutting the rug, doing his thing, having a great time until those damn Viking Raiders came out and ruined it. Of course, the fans go, boo! Xavier says, boo them louder. Here comes the Raiders, and they have big shields in their hand this time, Dave. Big, big fucking shields. And now the shields are just going straight into the bodies of the New Day. And I actually enjoyed this part. I really liked the one particularly where Kofi went flying about 7 feet and took a nasty fucking bump. Because this guy just hit him with a shield like a battering ram, man. Just straight up absolutely dumping turds all over whatever the New Day has left. Like, whatever the New Day has left, it's getting dumped on hard. They're going to get really abused at this pay-per-view or match or whatever they're building up. I guess they're going to fight, right? At the pay-per-view? Is that the point of all this? Do you guys have a prediction for this match? Gilch, what do you think about the New Day, the Viking Raiders, and the fact that we haven't seen Vikings in 7,000 years?
I like the Viking Raiders. What they call it when they came out? Was it the new vicious Viking Raiders?
Yeah, there you go. I heard the word new. Yeah. That's what stuck out to me. I was like, oh, really? The new Viking Raiders, eh?
I enjoyed it.
I did enjoy the shield bashing. I thought that at least stepped it up a notch. It wasn't your typical, they just come out and do some moves, this and that. They came out with big fucking shields. The only thing that could make this any better is if they come out with some weapons and start killing motherfuckers. Even if it's with CGI, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. Show us some real Viking shit, Vince. You got the money.
Yeah, zombies. Now you want real Vikings?
Maybe. Now we get another segment in the back. We see Miz, Corbin, Madcap, Ezekiel all arguing, bitching, blah, blah, blah. Adam says KO is not able to compete. Miz said he was on the Today Show this morning. I've traveled 2,500 miles just to be here. Adam says, you know, you all have a reason to be in this, but, you know, there's going to be one last fight, fatal four-way, winner gets in the Money in the Bank match. God, am I so excited at this point.
Surprise.
Match. We got a 6-woman tag match. This match is hard to even talk about because it was a shit show. I'm sorry. It was sloppy. Asuka's on Smackdown. Here she comes. Baddest woman in Japan. Here's Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss versus Shotzi, Raquel, Lacey Evans. Here comes big time Bex with a microphone. Crazy fur coat. Says she has to, sit in this and join commentary. She starts calling Michael Cole Meehole. Instead of asshole, she's calling him Meehole. Called him that about 10, maybe 15 times, I don't know. Pat seemed to enjoy it. Started calling Michael Cole Meehole as well. He said, hey, Meehole. That was okay. The best part of this match, again, was the commentary. Because Becky Lynch showed us why she is who she is. Because she can go on live TV, put a microphone on, and just go off for 10, 15, 20 minutes, as long as you need her to. Sound like a lunatic. And, entertain the crowd. Asuka and Shotzi start things off. Asuka goes for some hard strikes on Shotzi. Backs her up in the corner. We get attacked to Lacey Evans. Raquel gets in some shots on Asuka and her team's corner. And then Lacey delivers the shittiest handstand move. You know that handstand move she does? And then connects in, I don't even know, maybe the bottom midsection. But it looks so bad. It looks ineffective. It looks weakly delivered. The person selling it, how are you going to sell a fucking mosquito bite as a bear attack? You're just not. The sting has to look as real as the sell. So she needs to step it up on the way down. She's not there's no intensity. Maybe she's scared to hurt somebody, because that is a kind of dangerous move. You're going to that midsection area. But still, what do you think? What's up?
Is anyone else already over the repackaged Lacey Evans?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I was over it on the third fucking promo. They went hard with that shit. It was like eight shows in a row before we even saw her fight. Yeah. And then, the booking on her is all fucking weird. Because now the Money in the Bank match is all over the place. They're going hard, pushing Lacey Evans. Now all of a sudden they have Liv Morgan running around like a fucking beast, just beating everybody, getting wins here, getting wins there. Pin roll up here, pin roll up here. I don't know. I thought it was fucking shit. Asuka gets the tag looking for Asuka lock. Shotzi now hits the German suplex on, now all down to Shotzi and Liv hits her finish and gets the win. Again, there we go. Liv Morgan, again, getting the win on national television. That is not good news if you're not a fan of Liv Morgan. If you're a fan of Liv Morgan, this is all great news for you. I'm not. I don't care about her emo packages that they show on fucking WWE Network to fill up time. I don't care. I don't. I just don't. I don't have time to fucking get invested in another 90-pound female diva who doesn't make anything fucking look real. I'm over it. I've seen it. I don't know about you guys. I've seen that before. It's called Alexa Bliss. It's called AJ Lee, Paige. I can go on and on with the tiny women wrestlers. They're all tiny, Dave. You know what? Nikki Bella, too. She's tiny. They're all tiny.
Yeah, but at least Alexa Bliss and AJ Lee wrestled. They're actually good wrestlers.
Oh, I'm not saying they're not good wrestlers. I'm saying, though, the look-wise, though. They all look... I've seen that, I've seen that package before.
Same body type.
Same package. Small, but,
Talk about a
ranked.
Talk about a cast of characters. You got 7 foot, what's her name? Raquel in there. Lacey Evans, the vet. Shotzi with her whole emo thing. And then you got the 2 hot blondes. And then obviously character of characters and Asuka.
I like Shotzi. I like Raquel. I like Asuka, of course, I think is the best woman they have right now because Charlotte's not there. If Charlotte was there, I'd tell you Charlotte. But she's not active right now. I don't know where the fuck she is, when she's coming back. They're probably saving her return for something, but Becky's still good. She's good in the ring. I can't take away from Becky. Becky can wrestle. But Alexa's done, bro. They gave her the craziest gimmick, and then we haven't seen anything from that. We haven't seen her craziness. We haven't seen any powers being used. She went from being the Fiend basically, and now she's back to normal. I don't know. I don't know if I like that light switch being turned on and off. Dave, what do you think about her rebranding multiple times and repackaging? And
it's dumb. They have her come out with the doll only because it sells, but it doesn't go with her gimmick anymore. She's not that gimmick. So
yeah, ditch the doll. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I don't even know how that shit can sell.
It's forced on her because it sells. It's one of the top selling things.
Is it really?
Oh, I'm sure it is. I believe it. I believe it. She has fans. Man. She has a lot of fans.
I listened to Busted Open, and whenever they talk about her, they always mention that her doll is one of their top selling items.
Oh wow!
That's probably why they forced her to use to come
fucking
out.
Absolutely crazy. After this, we get a segment from Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. Sonya says, "What you did, Adam, was wrong. Putting me in a handicap match. I know you got flack from upper management because I went and filed a formal complaint. What you did was wrong, but what I'm about to do is wrong too, bro. Check this out." She just slaps the shit out of him. And it looked like a nice little stiff slap. Adam Pearce just stands there, takes it, she walks off. What are we thinking with this whole storyline? What are we doing with Sonya? Is she going anywhere? Is she gonna is she gonna have a match with Adam Pearce? This storyline doesn't even make sense either. Is she about to just fight him now? Is that what's happening at SummerSlam?
It wouldn't shock me with some of the shit that we've been getting from them, but I have no idea. It's filler, but like you said, it's got to go somewhere. Right?
Sonya Deville is actually another wrestler that I like. I think she's a great worker in the ring. All her stuff that she did in NXT. The problem is Dave here doesn't watch NXT, so he only knows what he's seen on the Smackdowns and the Raws, and a lot of that has been fucking atrocious. And it's not fair to who she is as a worker and a wrestler, because she's actually a fucking badass. When I first saw her show up in NXT, she was a badass, UFC-looking kind of fighter. Nice gimmick, nice kicks, nice shots, nice matches, nice work, nice selling. gets to the main roster, has a couple of fucking months of tours and matches, and then she's an executive. Maybe she got hurt and they didn't tell us, and they just put her in that role. I don't know. I can't explain that at all. I have no inside knowledge on any of that. Do you know anything, Gilch, on this situation? Nothing?
No, not a clue.
Are you a fan of any of her work?
Yeah, no, I do like her. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't.
Do you have a rating for the last match? 6-woman tag match? I gave it a fucking 2. Shit show.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I'd say 2.
2? Alright, yeah. I mean, it had its moments, but a lot of fuck ups, so I didn't, appreciate
Saw
all that.
some of it, so
Yeah,
I caught some of the tail end of it. The funniest part to me was when Becky slid in and they hit rock bottom, and they just all looked at her like.
That was actually
like
entertaining.
like,
that was actually entertaining because they didn't give a fuck.
They
They're
made
like, should we help her? Should we not help her? Like, nah.
they
were
just stood
looking,
there
they're-
like. It
They were
was
like-
like,
They were
Talk
like,
about
fuck
making
her.
you're just gonna literally just stand there and watch it get rock bottom? Like,
Yeah, that was
okay.
actually good. That was actually good. I'll give you that, Dave. That was actually the best. Might have been one of the better moments of the night, to be honest. It's just that visual was funny. Anyway, we get a segment now with the Usos. They face off with the Street Profits next after this break. Come back from break. The Undisputed Tag Team Champs, they're already in the ring. They've been the champs 347 days, so they're coming up on a year. So this is why another reason why I don't think I see a win in the Street Profits' future tomorrow. Plus the fact that they just took 2 clean losses in the middle of the ring, 2 weeks in a row on Raw. I just don't see the Usos. Here's what I see. Do you want to know what's going to happen tomorrow night at Money in the Bank, Dave? Because I can tell you.
Here comes.
95% chance we're going to see a man named Solo Sikoa make his WWE main roster debut by coming in, joining the Bloodline, and absolutely just taking out the Street Profits. And this match is going to be a DQ after a nice 30-minute match. That's what's going to happen tomorrow night. So,
That
you know
sounds like the typical.
do you know who Solo
Hope that
Sikoa
was
is?
her. I heard the name.
You better get used to the name because you're going to see him tomorrow night. Street Profits ain't winning shit tomorrow night. That's my verdict. There was a face-off, Kyla Braxton. Go ahead, Gilch. What'd you think of this thing?
No, I was going to say Sikoa is Rikishi's kid, right?
I'm not 100% positive on that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
That's his third kid being in the same.
I mean, Rocky Johnson had like fucking 17 kids apparently, from what I'm hearing lately. So maybe it was one of his.
Yeah, I just googled it. His father is Rikishi, and his older brother's a Jin.
Yeah. So he's definitely family. That's blood. That's Oos. That's Oos blood.
That's a loose, yeah. Oof.
And it makes sense because he was supposed to get the title shot against Braun Breaker, from what they were doing storyline wise, but he never really, he doesn't need it. He's main roster ready because of his bloodline.
Yeah.
And they want to take advantage of that. Even though it's funny, I just heard an interview from him like a week ago saying that he wants people to know him as him and not as one of the, bloodline. So I guess maybe he started this himself.
Like he has a choice
WWE,
anyway, right?
WWE is like, oh, that's what you want? Well, let's make sure we don't give you that.
Damn.
It's kind of funny, but that's what I think I'm going to see tomorrow. Kayla Braxton had a couple of questions. She was running the segment. She says, how fearful are you of losing your titles tomorrow night? And even more fearful of your cousin if you do lose to the Usos. She says, out of any question the universe can ask, you want to ask if we look like we're afraid. Do we look like we're afraid? Confidence is in our bloodline, and we're running all the damn shows. Montez chuckles, says the tribal chief, acknowledge me, runs this whole show, and all you do is run to the store. That was okay line, not bad. All right, Kayla says, please, let's get back to the questions. Kayla asks, it's been nearly a year and a half since you have held the gold, Street Profits. Have you lost your killer instinct, and why are you two not getting along? They say, where did you get that from? Their dirt sheets? We have a killer instinct every time we step in the ring with the Usos. Hey, make no mistake about it, me and my partner know everything about the legacy. The High Chief, Rocky Johnson, the Wild Samoans, and you're carrying that legacy as much as they have prepared you for everything in life. They have not prepared you for this hungry, starving Street Profits. Come this Saturday, we're going to take that gold under the bright lights. Usos look mad. Hey, Ford, be careful what comes out of your mouth about my legacy. We'll see what they say about you, blah, blah, blah. They go on, just keep talking fucking shit. We see, again, another match segment ending with absolutely no altercation, no violence, nothing to hype up the actual match except this. Just, I'm grading that a fucking... It was like a 2, because there was a couple of good lines in there, but other than that, 2. How about you guys? You guys both saw it. What are you grading it?
Harsh.
Yeah, they should have been an altercation. Like, should have been something. They should have came to blows. Something.
I'm just so tired of hearing words from Usos. I'm just like, I'm so done with the bloodline. I guess a lot of people are as well.
It's the same thing every single time, even with Roman. Even though he's putting up banger matches and he's the most paid wrestler in the world, it's the same thing every time. You know, what does he say? I crushed them. I crushed it. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge that. Blah blah. Who's this? Who's that? Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're back, Brock. Again.
We the ones.
I think Brock and Roman should have a luchador match where they have to wear masks and only use luchador moves. Like, that shit, now that would be entertainment right there.
In a flaming ring.
In a flaming ring, and maybe one hand tied behind the back, too. Something like that. I don't know. All right, well, anything. Anyway, after this, we see Max Dupree. Adam says your showcase is up next. Dupree says yes, yes, yes. We get the commercial break. When we come back, Cole says Gunther could be the most impressive Intercontinental Champion we've ever seen. Get the video package of Gunther. It's the same shit. You get to see Gunther in action, whatever. We don't actually see him in action. We just see the little video package. And then we get probably what was the best segment of the night, because it was the worst segment of the night. This is so bad. This whole gimmick is bad. This whole idea is bad. But, the fact that LA Knight is making it happen anyway, it's good. Because he's good. Anything LA Knight does is going to be good because he's good. He's good in the ring. He's good on the mic. His name's no longer LA Knight. They've turned him into a manager for, bums. The real bums. Corbin's not a bum. They might call Corbin trash can, trash bum, this, Corbin, you're a bum, Corbin, you're a bum. Bum-ass Corbin. No. These guys are the bums. The two guys about to walk out are no longer known as bums anymore, though. They're not bums anymore. Now, they're certified maximum male models. And for many reasons. Finally, we see the founder of Maximum Male Models, Max Dupree, who says, thank you. This is a momentous occasion for Maximum Male Models. We are an agency which is based on its passion of fashion and, our passion of the most athletic men in all of fashion. First, you know him as Mace until he found his love of fashion. Now, you can call him Mace, who comes out to actually model with the red carpet and all. The future of fashion is here. It's not about skin and bones. It's about what does he say? His Rothamus Docide, his 36-inch waist, continuing down to the 42-inch chest, further accentuates his shoulders, his perfect hamstrings. My next model is Mansoor. You can now call him Mansoor. Mansoor comes out with the fanny pack, with a super tight shirt. Michael Cole, the look on his face alone was worth the price of admission to this show. He looked like he didn't know what to say, what to do, what to think. Maximum Male Models, Pat McAfee is fucking hype. He says the beauty of the men are oozing through the screen. Mansoor is the personification of suave. He exemplifies the most important ingredient in the fashion world, and that is charisma, ladies and gentlemen. Mansoor. Don't bother unless you have the qualities of Mansois. And what's the other fucker's name now? I'm already getting confused. Marseille. Mansois and Marseille. Right? Marseille? Marseille. Marseille. Marseille.
I that apostrophe up in there.
Mansa and Marseille. So saw and say. Okay. I'm sure you all agree, including you, David. They embody the creed of maximum male models to titillate the juices of your guilty pleasures. What the fuck are we watching right now? Is this real? Is this what it's fucking come down to? Is this what it's come down to? I need to know right now. What do you guys think
It's a reminder how I don't watch SmackDown.
I mean, I love Max Dupree. I think he's great. He's great. Do you think he's going to be able to make this somehow work? I mean, I dealt with it tonight. I don't know how long I can put up with what I saw tonight. No matter how good he is. Because obviously, I don't think this is his idea, is it? Right? Am I?
Listen,
what do you think, Coach?
I think you're gonna love it next week when he brings out Shinsuke and who else is gonna join MMM, the Triple M.
Oh man, that's got to be the real shit list in the world of wrestling right now.
That's true. What'd you do wrong? You're now, You're
oh
now
my God! What if they bring Ezekiel's other brother, Elron, and he's in that shit? He's a maximum male model, and then it's just Elias in a third character now. Like he's the new Dude Love. He's not. He's Mick Foley right now. He's headed to that. Cactus
Corbin's
dude.
gonna be the next one.
Corbin?
Yeah.
What's he gonna call him? Corby? I give you Corby.
Because he already comes out with like his shirt kind of like popped open already and stuff.
Or maybe he just called him Cobe.
No.
This is Cobe.
Yeah.
Cobe is here
better.
For you. Look at his nipples. They're perfect. So
look at his shiny bald head.
Yeah, nobody shaves their head quite like Cope. Coming down to the ring. Look at the size of this man's calves. Like, this shit is insane tonight, honestly. I was entertained tonight, like I said. I'll probably be entertained the next couple of weeks too, but I don't know. I can't see this happening for a year straight. This has to go somewhere and somewhere quick. I just don't know where. I don't know where. I don't know. I really don't know. This guy, his glasses, they could have done a better job too. It looked like he had glasses from the 1996 store thing. He had the red glasses on tonight. They look like the cheapest pair of shittiest glasses I've ever seen. But he looks like $1 million though, with or without 99-cent glasses on.
Pick one guy in all of WWE you want to be the next maximum male model.
Kevin Owens.
Too great.
Kevin Owens. Or, if I have to really pick somebody, maybe Edge. That would be like next level, right? Edge just comes out as Ed. Ed is here. I would cry. I don't care what you say. Maybe it sounds whack, but if I saw Edge come out and he was fully committed to being a model named Ed, I would cry every time I saw it. I'd cry. It would probably be the greatest thing they could ever do on TV. Book it right now, please. How about you guys? Who do you want to see be part of the MMM? Nobody? Roman Reigns?
I got a guy who would do it. He would love it, and as usual with everything else he does, it'd be gold.
Riddle?
Mr. Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I can see that. You have to shave though. You have to clean up real nice, Oh man, we keep going with this. He's not done yet. He says Mansois is the personification of suave. He exemplifies all that stuff. Don't bother to join us unless you have the same qualities of Mansa and Mansour. I'm sure you all agree they embody the creed of all this crap. Pat's clapping. And next we see an interview from Megan Morant with an interview with Ronda Rousey. She comes out. She says, Natty says she saw fear in your eyes. Rhonda says, real creative, Natty. Fun teaching you how to count. You know, I gotta, you know, you don't even know how to count. My daughter's 9 months, not 10. I thought we were friends. Natty can count on me to tap her out again at Money in the Bank. That was it. It was like a 12-second, I don't know. Impressed at all, anybody?
No.
You know what I was impressed with? That they already had next week's model show announced. The 2022 tennis wear collection for the Maximum Male models. Next week, live on Smackdown. Make sure you don't miss it. Next, we get the Fatal 4-Way match. Miz, Ezekiel, Madcap Moss. And when we talk about this match right now, to be honest, like, I thought they were setting Corbin up for the win on this. Right? What did you think, Gilch? Before we even get into the match, did you not think Corbin was coming out on top tonight? After what you saw in the opening?
Yes, absolutely.
So you were shocked when you saw Madcap pick up the win?
Surprised.
Dave, since you saw this match, do me a favor. Just tell me what you thought about the match. What were the highlights that stuck out to you? What did you grade it? Why don't you give me your first take on this match, Matt? You ready? Give me that Stephen A. Smith energy right now, and give me the first fucking take on what you saw tonight on the main event of your favorite wrestling show.
Move for move.
You don't have to give me move for move. Just give me the 5 moves you have written down on that paper with some kind of passion.
Well, to start with, being how you explained the opening of the show, I'm still very confused on why this match even happened when they already had like a kind of a elimination type of match, or I don't know what it was that you said earlier. Some kind of battle,
it was just a battle royale with you know, everybody that was in the ring.
So I don't get it. Like I actually, like, the beginning of the show, I kind of caught it, but I had it muted because I was out in a restaurant. So I saw it, and I thought that it was actually them going to be wrestling for a spot or something like that. And then when I saw the actual what was going on when I got home finally, I was, you know, to hear what you told me, I'm very confused even why they did it in the first place. But anyway, the match itself, it was good. Corbin did shine, like you said. Corbin shined in this match. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
He did a lot of great spots. He actually looked very strong in the match. The funny part with the choke slam where, like, Ezekiel kind of messed up and it looked like he kind of loosened and still did the choke slam anyway.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. So those are the little parts that I remember. I was pleasantly surprised with Madcap winning because I didn't expect it. Going into this match without knowing what was going on in the beginning of the show, I felt like Ezekiel was going to win this match. That was the vibe that
why would he win when he's taking Ellis to Alpha Academy on a regular?
I don't know. It's just the vibe I got from it. It gave me a vibe like he was gonna like come out with a win out of nowhere.
Yeah, they've been dumping on that dude harder than fucking anybody. To be honest, like, you know, he came out with his. Well, as soon as he lost the tassels, it was all downhill from there, folks. The Ultimate Warrior tassels. I know you know what I'm talking about, Gilch. That first couple of weeks, keep coming out, man.
He lost the warrior spirit.
Yeah, it's over, man. Once he lost those tassels, he was done inside. It was a wrap. His career was all downhill from there.
I didn't even realize that they were gone.
They've been gone for about, like I said, I'm pretty sure the tassels came off when he started taking L's. Right to the Alpha Academy and Kevin Owens. You know, Kevin Owens kicked his ass.
That was pretty funny.
He's taking losses, bro. And it's sad because Elias is super talented. Oh, I'm sorry, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel's really running his course with me. I just want to walk with Elias, man.
Yeah, I agree. I'd rather walk with Elias than freak out
with Zeke. You don't want to speak to Zeke?
No. All right.
Hey, what about I'm sorry to interrupt. I just have an idea. What's your guys' thoughts on Madcap Moss?
I think he's impressive, for sure. More impressive now that he has no suspenders on, but he still needs a lot of time. He's super fucking green. I feel like Corbin deserved this spot more than him, without a doubt in my mind. This guy just got here. He's already getting a Money in the Bank opportunity already. I guess it makes sense because they put him over last couple of weeks. They put him over at Mania. They put him over at Money in the whatever it is, Hell in the Cell. They put him over at the last laugh match.
He's not gonna win the match though. He's just in it.
No fucking way. Seth has to win this match. It's Seth or Sami Zayn in my eyes. The only two that could win it.
Yeah, that's the two that I think could be it.
You know,
most obvious, I mean.
Obviously, Corbin's going nowhere, bro. We're gonna see bum ass Corbin for real come back out.
Well, Corbin's one of the only one that failed. Not the only one. I think he's one of the few.
There's been a couple, but yeah, he's definitely one of the few. But yeah, no, I like Madcap's energy. Obviously, he's in phenomenal fucking ring shape. He's got, arguably maybe the best body in the WWE. Arguably. I'm not going to say he has the absolute best, but he's up there. He's fucking chiseled out of stone right now. He's a young kid. He's full of energy. I think he can work on his mic skills a little bit, but it's not his fault because he's reading lines off a fucking cue card or, from backstage and remembering them. He's not cutting freelance promos. I was actually more impressed with him when Shane McMahon brought him out on that Raw Underground, which was a shit segment, but he kind of shined in that segment, I thought. He looked like a real fighter. He came across as a badass. He was just chucking people across the fake ring they had with no ropes and no posts. I thought he was more impressive then than he has been lately, as far as, gimmick and shit. I'm impressed with Madcap the person, but I'm not impressed with Madcap the gimmick.
Yeah, I don't like the gimmick also, but I think he's got a world of potential.
Oh yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. He's awesome. He's ready to go.
He's definitely have a lot of energy. I give him that.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, he's full of life and energy. We get a nice sunset flip from Zeke to Madcap, who has Miz, and Miz goes for the ride, leading to a big German suplex. It was nice. Now Zeke and Madcap going at it. High shoulder block from Madcap to Zeke. Now Corbin in with a knee to Madcap and laying in the gut shots. Cole reminds Pat Corbin, he called you a joke. Pat was going off saying Corbin is a bum ass, looks scared. Miz and Corbin now working together, but Corbin baits Miz, actually beats the shit out of him, hits him with a clothesline. Outside Zeke is waiting for, which I thought that was a nice touch. He's like, oh yeah, I'll work with you, and then just immediately clotheslines him. Fuck you, you piece of shit, this is my opportunity. I was a fan of that. Miz goes for the diving drop kick and now gets double teamed by Zeke and Madcap. Corbin driving Madcap into the steel stairs. Corbin with the nice choke slam to Zeke on the announce table. Would have been nice if the announce table would have broke, but I don't think they were even going for that. They were just going for the choke slam spot. Massive suplex on all three men from Corbin during the break. And we see Corbin in control. Madcap with a slingshot to Miz, sending him face first into Corbin's balls, which I thought was a unique spot. Madcap with the punchline on Corbin now. Zeke saves the match. Madcap with a fall-away slam on Zeke. Miz with the running knee to Madcap. All three men are down. Now Zeke and Madcap both on the knees. He starts catching kicks, the hit kicks. Now Miz with a nice neckbreaker on Madcap. Corbin comes in with a save. Miz kicking for his life. And now Corbin catches the deep six. Beautiful move on Miz. Zeke now all zeked up, catching the big spine buster on Madcap. Miz catches the skull crushing finale on Zeke. Corbin saves the match again. Drives Miz into the barricade now. Happy Corbin stares at Pat. Corbin with the end of days on Zeke. Madcap somehow ends up with the cover and picks up the win off end of days, which I thought was pretty ironic. And he's going to Money in the Bank, baby. So real quick, let's get our predictions for Money in the Bank. I think Seth Rollins is my number one, and then Sami Zayn is my number two. Just because I think he's the dark horse with the fact of what's going on with the bloodline, and they want them to have complete power. If they have the fucking Money in the Bank, then they have complete power. They have no one that will take that belt away from them for a long time until somebody named Cody gets here. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I feel the same thing as the most obvious.
So who are you calling out flat? You calling out Seth to win tomorrow night?
I'm leaning more towards Seth. Yeah.
How shocked would you be if Drew McIntyre wins?
I don't know if I'll be shocked. I'll be probably pissed off.
Pissed off. How about you, Gil? Who are you going for? And who's your pick? Who's your dark horse? And who is the person that would actually piss you off if they won?
If Seth doesn't win, I would be not even surprised. I'd be shocked. Dark horse, I'm gonna go Riddle. I know they want to push him eventually.
Okay. That's a good dark horse.
And you know what? I'm I'm gonna agree on being pissed if McIntyre wins the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll be pissed too if Drew wins, because he's going to have his match with Roman anyway at the Clash of the Castle and all that. So he'll have his opportunity to take the title off him. Will he? I don't know.
Here's the question. Seth wins. Cash in coming already at SummerSlam? That fast?
I'm sorry, say that again?
If Seth wins, is the cash in coming as fast as SummerSlam?
Hell no. Yeah, that's going to be a dry rub, man. That's going to be a slow roasted marination.
Oh, yeah.
Has to be. That's the only way you get the payoff for the story is you make everybody wait a year for it. We're close to it, you know?
It's gonna be fun. How many times his music hits and he walks out with the briefcase in hand? And
I would be fucking shocked.
Turns back. You know it's gonna happen multiple times where he fakes a cash in.
What if we see this? What if we're all wrong? What if, Seth does cash in at SummerSlam? He takes the title again from Brock Roman, and then he just has the title till Mania. Cody comes back, wins the Rumble, and then it's him and Seth at Mania. Seth maybe has a little entourage. Maybe he has a couple of guys watching his back because he's the champ again. Would you? I know you'd be okay with that because you love your boy. But that wouldn't be a bad complete. It's a twist. I don't see it happening though.
I think it all depends, and we don't really know. It all depends how much more Roman wants to do. And from some of the comments, I don't think he wants to do a lot more.
He sounds like he's done. He looks like he's done. We're going to see how much weight he gained at SummerSlam. It should be interesting if we get like that movie. Damn, what was that movie with Damon Wayans where he was the boxer? And he came back all fat as the champion. Really old movie. Great White Hype. Hype. And Damon Wayans was the champ, and then like he comes back for that rematch, and he's like all fat. But then you pissed off the champ, and he ends up fucking knocking you the fuck out. I don't know, man. It'd just be funny to see Roman at SummerSlam like an extra 50 pounds. Just not giving a fuck. Start looking like Rikishi and shit. That shit would be fun.
He does need a break, because he's been like...
Oh, yeah.
a while now.
He's been going hard for a while. I mean, I got no hate on Roman. Roman's been a good champion compared to many other ones that they put the strap on, so I can't hate on Roman's work. Plus, he had his best work like the last 2 years. He put in so much work to get to this point. You gotta respect just the work effort.
Oh, heel Roman is so by far the best Roman. I mean, you tried to shove him down a throat so long, and then he just turned him, and it was like, all right, this was it.
Dave, what did you grade the last main event? Fatal 4-Way?
I will give it like a 3.
3? How about you, Gilch?
Yeah, 3's fair. I like 3.
3? All right. I'll give it a 3 too, just because it genuinely surprised me with Matt. I didn't see that coming. I thought Corbin. I was like, Corbin's gonna come out strong tonight, which I was really disappointed that he didn't. But what are you gonna do? Life goes on. Who knows where Corbin's going? Oh, I know where he's going to SummerSlam to fight a punter in the NFL. That's where he's going. Punter.
That's gonna be a good match, though.
It is. Pat McAfee's the man. Pat McAfee's the man. And guess what? Now it's time for AEW Rampage, because wrestling doesn't end on a Friday night. It just keeps going and going and going and going. Opens up with a battle royale that made absolutely no fucking sense. We're going to be in 2 rings. One's blue, one's red. There's going to be multiple teams. I guess 2 teams. One's red, one's blue. The people in the blue have to go in the blue ring. The people in the red have to go in the red ring. And then the last 2 people left will duke it out. I guess, all right, we're just changing the rules again, and, all right, let me read through this shit. There's a lot. It's unbelievable. Tony Nese and Powerhouse Hobbs are in the ring. Here comes Hangman Adam Page and Darby Allin with Sting. Apparently, there are only 2 fucking rings. They're going to go at it. Blah, blah, blah. Now here comes Ricky Starks. Hangman out here. Ricky Starks with a nice clothesline. Darby takes down Tony with a nice springboard. Coffin-like drop off the springboard. Now Darby eliminates Starks. He eliminates Tony Nese. And Darby with a suicide dive through the ropes to hit Tony again for some reason, for good measure. Which I actually thought that was a good spot. Didn't make sense, but fuck it, looked good. Here comes Butcher. Says he lost weight. JR says he lost weight. He's looking good. Working on his cardio. Now Butcher goes right after Darby, ragdolling him off the barricade. Here comes Hungry John Silver going after Hobbs, and Hangman comes in with a double backdrop suplex from Little Johnny. Hangman leading to a standoff. but now a hug. They pretend to eliminate each other. They say, no, they're just joking. Hangman goes to eliminate him. He's like, I'm just joking. They went back and forth. I thought this was a joke. Why are we joking around in a main event match where we're competing for fucking titles? This is the, same thing happened later in the night with Keith Lee. Keith Lee comes out, has his entrance, and he's in the main event. Well, it's not even the main event, but he's competing for a fucking title shot, right? This is supposed to be a serious fucking opportunity, right? No, but it's a fucking joke. Let's just walk up and let everybody chant, bask in my fucking glory, and I'll look at my teammate who's in the other ring, and I'll walk by 5 guys who are fighting just so I can go have a weird stare down with my teammate. Fucking stupid. Stupid booking. Real stupid. Keith Lee and Swerve tonight got dumped on Rampage. They got dumped on the B show. So all you Keith Lee fans out there, all you Swerve fans out there, that must have stung tonight, man. They just shitted on your boys, real like diarrhea status. This is not Swerve's house.
Lee Swerve did more than Lee, though.
He did, but he still lost to Brody fucking King. All right, I'm gonna skip all this bullshit because that's what ended up happening. All this shit with it. It was just the spot after spot after spot. The coolest thing I saw was when Andrade come out with Roosh, and then Roosh was, he had some good spots, some good shit, chops, super kicks. Penta was a good fucking spot that he had. There's a lot of shit going on in this match, man. We go to break. Matt Hardy came out. He does his stupid spot. We're in picture. You can see he's getting his pop there, doing his little moves. Dustin Rhodes is out here now. We get a sick rising knee from Rush to Penta. Now both men hanging. Not to be eliminated. Rush with a low blow. Penta holds Rush's hair. Both men are eliminated. That was a nice spot, the way he held on to him to take him out. Frankie Kazarian, Frankie useless coming down to the ring. He's not doing a goddamn thing. Here comes Brody fucking King. King is now causing havoc, beating up the oldest man in the ring. King now with an axe handle smash on Dante as the final man, Orange Cassidy, enters the match. Orange tries his dumb gimmick shit on Takeshita. Yeah, I used to say, they changed this guy's name 6 times. It was Takeshita the first night he came out. Then it was Take Shita. Then it was Takeshita. Takeshita, right? It's Takeshita. But he ain't having any of this shit. He starts chopping the shit out of Orange Cassidy, catching a nice suplex. Dustin Rhodes now been eliminated. Now Blade and Butcher eliminated Takeshita. Takeshita. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. I can't take it anymore, man. JR says the name one way. Man in the Mask says it another. Taz doesn't even know how to say it. Chris Jericho doesn't give a fuck. William Regal, where were they tonight on commentary? Oh, that's right. They were still bleeding from their fucking matches, I guess. I don't know. We didn't get the Wizard of AEW on commentary tonight, which usually makes Rampage watchable. I love Jericho on commentary. Anyway, Darby was trying to fight back. He was trying to fight. We get the moves coming out. He's just chucking this kid around. Brody King is just chucking this kid around the ring. We get the huge cannonball senton on Darby from Brody. Very nasty looking, driving Darby into the turnbuckles. Now fans behind Darby. King now with a big chop to Darby. Darby trying to fight back, biting Brody's fingers. Now a sleeper to Darby, and he picks him up over the top rope, puts him over the top rope into the sleeper, just hanging him there, and then just dumping him on the floor like a trash bag. And your winner of the Royal Rampage is Brody fucking King. He will take on Mox for the AEW Championship this Wednesday night on Dynamite. I actually thought this spot belonged to Darby Allin.
Yeah,
right.
I was waiting for the Hurricane Rana to eliminate Brody King while Darby had like nothing left in the tank, and then when he just dumped him out, I was like, the fuck.
Yeah.
I really thought this moment belonged to Darby, and even if he takes an L to Mox, it's still a notch on his belt. It's something good.
Well, with Darby, at least there's like a 1% chance that he wins the match. Does anyone think there's any chance that Brody King is going to hold the world title?
No way. This is just to set up an easy squash. It makes Darby... they tried to make Darby look good by making this guy just use his overall power and strength to just put him to sleep and just dump him. But you still made him look like trash.
He almost killed him with that powerbomb. That thing was... Ugh.
Only thing I'll say about Brody King is he didn't have any botches tonight, from what I noticed. So everything was smooth that he did in the ring tonight. But
You count that power bomb, bro, because the way he dropped him wasn't clean, dude.
I have to watch it again. I must have missed that, to be honest with you. Next, we hear from Hook. Are you guys happy with this, though? No, right? It's a terrible match. Doesn't make sense.
Why the hell do we need 2 rings?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we know why that happened because it's right after Dynamite. So
That was Tony Khan right there trying to pretend to be a booker again.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
One thing I noticed too is they kept the blood and guts pads on the ring. They changed the pads. It's like,
Fucking real, man. I mean, I'm glad I wasn't at this Dynamite or this Rampage because I would have been disappointed with this Rampage. 100%. I would have.
Yeah, because Dynamite was like one match pretty much.
That would have been like the worst
Rampage
Dynamite to
is
go
the
to,
same
in my opinion. I would not have been a happy camper if that. I like going to Dynamite and then seeing multiple matches, not like that for 1 hour. And especially half of it, well, not half of it, but like a good 10 minutes of it is just guys laying on a cage and 9 other guys wiping blood off their face and taking glass out of their arm or whatever the fuck happened.
Even trying to see in the cage when you're there live is kind of difficult. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's true too. It's probably even worse, man. Yeah, I don't like. I went to a cage match once, but it was like a WWF back in the day when they had the blue steel cages, and then me and him, we went to Elimination Chamber, and even that one, you couldn't see a fucking thing.
We went to the first one.
Yeah, we went to the first Elimination Chamber where Shawn Michaels won, but yeah, you couldn't see a fucking thing through that thing either.
No.
So much steel.
Imagine dropping $1,000 to sit fucking ringside for a WWE Elimination Chamber. You're looking for you're looking up for the monitors the whole
just
time.
seeing metal.
Yeah, there's no point. You might as well stay home. Like, I don't see the fun in that.
Well, it was funny too, because the one that we saw, it was the real Elimination Chamber. It was all metal. Then later they started putting like the pads on the side and stuff like that.
Shit was crazy. Brody King is your winner. He's all elite. He's ready to be the strongman in AEW, I guess. They're pushing him. They gave him a beastly fucking ending. They made him come out looking real strong. If somebody was watching into Rampage for the first time tonight and they had no idea who this guy was, this guy's looking like a beast to them. Oh, who's this guy? Look at this guy. He's a fucking animal. So, regardless of him losing to Jon Moxley on Wednesday, which, by the way, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Mox takes an L right now. Maybe Malachi gets involved.
Yeah, I mean, he is just interim. So
yeah,
it's not like
Malachi could get involved in this match and start setting up the pieces. And the next thing you know, maybe somebody takes off another title from someone else. Now they got 2 belts. Because Buddy Murphy's not a game. He's not a joke.
No, he's my. I mean, well,
I wouldn't be surprised if Brody King just hands the title to Malachi.
Here you go, King.
Here, buddy. You're the real king.
What? You think this is like a NWO, like Hulk Hogan thing?
You never know, man. Well, I think that's a more intriguing storyline than anything else they're fucking doing. I mean, why not? Shake things up. We don't know how long Punk is gone. You can always have his match with anybody that's champion. Moxie's now a 2-time AEW champion. He's got the rub. He doesn't even need the belt. He's a legend. Right? Is he not?
Yeah, he's
at this point.
Yeah, they're gonna love him regardless.
His career certified. So how do you make someone a legend right now? How do you create another legend? You put the title on him. Malachi Black is ready to be a big time player. So yeah, Brody King just hands him the title. I'd book that. That shit would be beautiful. And he does it right after the match too.
But at the same time, doesn't that like drop his credibility because you have to be given the belt from someone else?
No, because he's so good that people are just gonna worship him. That's the point. He's on that worship level. It'd be like the same time when Hulk Hogan just, did the little tap.
Yeah, no, so I mentioned that.
It'd be the same thing.
The poke from hell.
Because Brody's not here. The message would be this. Brody's not here to serve himself. He doesn't need titles. He's here to serve the House of Black. Or maybe they'd introduce it like this is the House of Black's title. We're all now the heavyweight champion. That'd be cool too. Every week somebody else comes out wearing it. Buddy Murphy, King, Malachi. Maybe even the girl can come out wearing it too. What's her name? Anna J? That's Anna J, right?
Buddy Murphy's actually got to have.
Julia something.
Julia Hart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julia Hart. Yeah, that's right. Well, Buddy Murphy's your winner.
He's got to have a couple more matches before they even put a title on. The guy never fights. He fought one singles match.
Who, Brody?
Yeah, the damn the roster is so crowded. No, not Brody, Buddy.
Oh, Buddy, yeah, poor Buddy. Yeah, he hasn't had a singles match in a long time, if ever. I mean, it's
he had one.
bad.
One.
Next, we hear from Hook, and this was even shorter than Ronda Rousey's interview. Guys just asking him a question. Hook's over there just eating chips, not giving a fuck. I've seen your lack of interviews right now. I'm starting to think that you go with a flow kind of guy. Hook says that's the problem. Most people don't think. And then he leaves. Are we enjoying this, or do we think this is stupid? Is he getting to like an Orange Cassidy level of not giving a fuck? What's happening here?
I think it's getting close. I mean, I love the kid. It's wearing thin, the whole act kind of.
Well,
I want to see.
I never was that big on him in the first place. I like him, but I wasn't like how everybody's like, oh my god, Hook, we gotta see Hook, I wasn't that big on it, so and then the whole thing about how he's not talking, I'm not with it. So let's see where it leads. Maybe finally he'll start making full sets.
I'd like to just see Hook have some matches that are longer than 2 minutes, once in a while.
And with actual wrestlers.
Yeah. I want to see him take a bump. I want to see him lock up with a wrestler. I want to see reversals, counters, hammer locks, wrist locks. I want to see suplex, counter after counter after counter. I want to see him get out of the ring, get in the ring, get out of the ring, get in the ring, hit the turnbuckle, hit the rope, jump on the rope, climb on the rope. I mean, do fucking something other than your 6 moves of doom.
Yeah, they're limiting him like severely in the ring.
They're giving him like the John Cena treatment. You go out, you do this, and this. Clubs, a couple of suplexes, the red rum.
Get your shit in, and that's it.
I mean, the kid's fit. Like they say, he's a D1 athlete his whole life. I'm sure if you wanted to get him up on the top rope and stop moving around and stuff, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to move around like that. But
I don't even care if he gets on the top rope, but like at least fucking take some spots from guys in the ring. You're capable because you are a D1 athlete. There's no reason why you can't do some of these rolls. I mean, we barely see the kid even take a fucking front roll, let alone a back bump. The only time I see him take a back bump is when he's giving a suplex to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, or when he's falling back to connect his little red rum. That's it. I give this kid a pass and a hard pass because he's Taz's son. So he gets an automatic pass for me for a while. But how long can that pass, not expire? I got to see more out of this kid sooner than later. So I hope it's sooner.
The red rum, that's Taz's mission, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's Taz's mission. Okay.
Yep.
That's how I know it.
Next, we get the match with the Young Bucks versus Haruku Goto versus Yoshihashi. Haruki and Hashi have this spot called the War of Drums, and it's utterly very disappointing. Please hit harder. You won't kill Nick and Matt Jackson. Bucks now take control of this match with a Northern Light suplex trained from Matt Jackson, going for a 4th one. Ends up getting the double Northern Light suplex, and now the running Escalada from Nick Jackson wipes out Hiroki and Hashi. We go to break. We see Goto and Hashi in control. Now Goto with a nice bulldog on Matt Jackson, who is a little old school according to JR. Now with his 2 closed fists, slides under Goto. That was a botch. It was a fuck up right there. Now a sick running knee by Nick and Matt with a flash kick face buster. I don't know what to call that move. You're a Bucks guy, so do they have a name for that move? I called it a flash kick face buster. I think he helps him do like a flash kick, like from Street Fighter kind of thing. That thing looks crazy.
Which one is that again?
I think Matt gives his foot to his brother, and then his brother like flips him over while he has the guy's head, and he does like a reverse kind of like, it looks like a face buster or like a reverse bulldog or some shit.
I don't know if there's a name for that, but now I know the movie you're talking about. Yeah,
it's a pretty cool fucking looking move though. I've seen them do it before, but I don't know the name for it, so I just called it the flash kick face buster. I don't know what else to fucking call it. Young Bucks
Could be
now.
Very much that.
Maybe. Young Bucks now with a double Irish whip. They go into the weak. I'm going to say it again. Weak clothesline on Matt Jackson. Now Hashi with a clothesline. A nice headhunter combination on Nick Jackson. And Nick with a kick out. Hashi and Goto can win this. They will get a shot at the tag team titles. Now Nick and Goto in the ring. Nick with his break move off the ropes, which I think is real stupid. I don't like that move, where he hits the ropes and then does that little spin. You know what I mean? He changes direction. I'm not a fan of that. I think that looks absolutely retarded. I don't even like using that word, but I'm going to use it in this instance because that's what it is. I don't fucking care. They can ban me off YouTube, but that shit is absolutely real bad to look at. And I think it lowers him as a performer. He doesn't need to do too many of those flip things at this point. You're the champ now. You and your brother are the champ now. Do your super kicks. Connect on the face. Otherwise, it was not a bad match. I give it a 3.5. It was a little sloppy at times, but it was still a fun match. Hashi, and this match is pretty much over. We get the springboard crossbody, and now another springboard into a spike, tombstone, power driver. Bucks pick up the win in what was a fun match. 3.5, a little sloppy, like I said. What do you think, Dave?
The move at the end is called a melter driver.
I'm not calling it that. That shit is a spike. That shit is a spike tombstone.
It's a melter driver. That's what it's called. Okay. So the match itself, it was good. I've never seen those. Funny enough, I seen New Japan, back in the days, but I don't ever remember these guys. So this is my first time actually watching these guys.
Okay.
And I don't know. They felt like either they're old or I don't know, because they were kind of a little slow. It seems like Nick and Matt had to slow down to keep to their pace.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
they had a couple of good spots. I like the end. I like how Nick did his whole spot jumping from one end into the other and then do the flip into the melter driver. That shit was awesome. But that's the Young Bucks. If you've been watching the Young Bucks, that's what you know. You know that it's stuff they do. So I give it 3.5 too. It was an entertaining match.
Yeah, I had fun with it. What do you think, Gilch?
Yeah, 3.5. The finisher was cool because he jumped on the ropes of one ring to the ropes of the other. And
yeah, that was nice.
That was kind of cool. But yeah, you know what? I couldn't put my finger on it. Something was off, and it's like you said. I think they did slow down for them because they weren't their usual complete speedy selves, and I think that's what it was. I think they slowed down for them.
I think there was a compromise there. I think they said, "You slow down for us. We no hit you so hard."
No strong style, slow down.
Because if you notice the shots that they gave on the Young Bucks, it clearly looked to me as a we don't want to fuck this relationship up kind of thing. Obviously, the suplexes and those moves, they got to make all those look good because that's just what momentum and boom on the mat does. But physical shots that they were giving the Bucks, kicks or punches or whatever, everything was very mediocre on their part from the New Japan guys. They were trying their absolute best to not hurt these guys at all with any shots. Barely connecting on shots or just not connecting with enough momentum to make it look significant. It all looked bad. But I was forgiving on all of it.
I took it as a sign of respect because, remember...
I took it as a sign of that they like America and they want this fucking money. They want this AEW money, man.
Yeah, that too. But at the same time, and as part of the art, I feel like they've garnered a respect, especially that the Bucks came from New Japan, so they came from that strong style. They already been through that. So now they're here and they see that these guys are execs. They're running this company. We gotta be careful.
Yeah, they have a position of power. They have authority. They have say on the card. They have say on the matches. So they're going to be nice to these guys because they want to have a good relationship with them so they get more calls down the road for more pay-per-views, more matches, crossover, whatever the fuck. All in all, it was a fun match. That was probably the most fun match of the night, to be honest. It's definitely better than what we're going to see next. Without a doubt.
It's funny because you would think a Battle Royale would take, the best match, and the Bucks, like as usual, the Bucks always are entertaining. So, yeah.
Again, just proving how far down the totem pole they are holding that world title. they don't want to treat it like gold right now because Punk's not holding it. So it's being contested on Rampage. We're gonna find out the number one contender on Rampage, not Dynamite, on Rampage, the non-live show. I just thought it was silly. I thought they should have did something on Dynamite to have a better, maybe a tournament even. I thought a tournament would have been a better idea to see who the number one contender is going to be. And just a battle royale.
I was thinking the same thing, but I think again it came down to we got a lot of guys to get on TV. Battle royale is the way to go.
Yeah, but you're shitting on 19 of them though. So that's like, let's get 19 guys in the ring that are all going to take an L tonight. So that's why I don't like that.
At least they got some exposure, like you said. So
here's the deal.
When's the last time you saw Cut?
Let's be honest, guys. All right, at least I'm going to be fucking honest right now. I'm not going to name names or nothing, but Tony Khan's got to fire probably 30 people, like, tomorrow. You know what I mean? He's got to cut the fat. This whole, like, oh, we got to get this guy time and that guy time and this guy time. Well, because we're getting that guy time, this guy's never going to get time. And because we got to get these 10 fucking Joe Schmoes time, too, the guy that should be getting an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he's not going to get it. Fuck that guy. Fuck his gimmick. Fuck his run. Fire 30 fucking people. You have excess fat over there that you don't need anymore. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to drop names because I don't want to get anybody fired. It's not my position to fire anybody right now. But you need to trim the fat, Tony Khan, especially if you want to sign Sasha Banks. Especially if you want to sign any other fucking free agents that are going to require this. Dump some people that you're wasting money on that you actually don't have real plans for. That's how I would do it. Make the decision based on who do you have plans for right now. If you don't have plans for them, send them packing. They can always come back later when you need, somebody to fill that gap down the road. If the gap is not there right now because you have too many superstars, and that's my opinion right now. AEW has too many superstars right now. They've overloaded. They have done the classic WCW mistake where they have too many guys that are just like unlimited potential, and none of them are going to get a shot at anything relevant.
I think you're slowly starting to see it. He may not be like cutting people, but you're seeing like guys like
I want to see more.
The Dark Order guys that left, like just non-renewing.
Well, they shit that whole gimmick in the bed,
Yeah.
That's a fucking shame too. We get a reminder. Go ahead. What's up?
Sorry.
One
thing that I noticed is where is Miro? Why wasn't Miro in this?
That's what I said. Yeah, where's Miro?
That's like.
How about the All-Atlantic champ?
Out, like the way he came back was like amazing, and he's been having like great promos and all that. Why is he not in this title picture? Like, I just don't get it. Like,
not just him, but how about the guy who finally got a title that we've wanted to push for so long in Pac, and he's not even on Dynamite after he wins the title. He's not even on Rampage after he wins the title. Like nothing, a pop, something.
Yeah, that to me that's the biggest disappointment in all of professional wrestling this week. That we didn't showcase the new All-Atlantic champion after he had his momentum crushed by COVID. And, this was the best way to reignite that momentum and send him flying into space. Why the fuck, if he was in Chicago on Sunday, why can he not be in Detroit on Wednesday?
Even a run out, something. I don't
want to hear something. Oh, what did he... Wait, he went back to fucking Dublin on Monday night? And he got stuck in Dublin? Is that what happened? That might be the only explanation. Motherfucker's like, I'm going home. They're like, no, we need you on Dynamite. No. I'll see you guys next... I'll be back. Maybe it was all him. Maybe they wanted him for Dynamite, and he was like... no.
I don't know, man, because, now that you mentioned it, they did the same thing with Thunder Rosa. Like, you gave him the title, and then we don't really hear from her.
That's true.
Weeks later, it's like, it don't make sense.
Because she didn't know how long she was going to have that title, so she probably ran back home to fucking take pictures with her kids or whatever the fuck, her friends, family, show off the title.
That's a good comparison, too, because that's another workhorse that the fans were happy to see finally get the chase completed and get the title and just...
Yeah.
After tonight, I don't think we can deny Toni Storm is, she's going to be, even Tony Schiavone said it on commentary, too. Before we get in the match, I was going to talk about a segment, but Tony Schiavone said Toni Storm will one day soon be AEW Women's Champion. So, you got the commentator just straight up giving it to you in your ear. Because he wants you to come to terms with reality. And that is the reality. Toni Storm will take the title off Thunder Rosa. I don't know how long she'll keep it, or if she will keep it, but she will take it off her at least once.
You think it'll be off of Thunder? I don't think it's gonna be off Thunder.
I think it's going to be off Thunder, yeah. Because think about it. Why is Thunder Rosa still coming out helping Toni Storm? She has no business coming out helping her, but she still does. So they're still mixing that storyline. It's not over yet. It's not over by a long shot. Tony's made it clear that she won't stop until she takes the title from Thunder Rosa. She has said that multiple times.
But Thunder already beat her like clean too.
So Adam Cole beat Hangman? No. Hangman beat Adam Cole like 6 times. He kept coming back for more.
I'm so like, I'm sorry, but their women division, just put the belt on Britt and leave it there forever for all I care.
Yeah.
I'm a Thunder Rosa fan. I love her, so I like the fact that she's champion, but I just don't like how they've been utilizing her. So
Yeah.
I think she could do more.
It's another example of like the chase being so much better than the actual title reign, you know?
Are you guys familiar with Jonathan Gresham?
Not to that promo. I've heard his name, but I've never seen him.
We get a promo from Jonathan Gresham. We get a reminder from last week, Tully Blanchard with Gresham and Lee Moriarty, who says the match will happen next week on Rampage from the new Samoan Super Team. You will get used to hearing my name on TV, Jonathan says. How can they be the best when I am the best? I spent way too long chasing that dream, and now I am the Ring of Honor World Champion. And come next Rampage, I'll show you why. Then we see Kuon and Toa Leona, who have been unveiled as Tully Blanchard's new tag team clients on the Ring of Honor Supercard. The team is being billed as the Gates of Agony. Have you guys seen these guys? The Super Samoans? You saw them tonight, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've seen little tidbits of them before.
See, now these guys are actually impressive looking. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this talent. Again, more talent, more tag teams, not enough titles, not enough people. We're bringing another power team in who they want to sell off as strong. So I don't know where. And isn't Cage part of this too?
Is it? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Did they say Cage?
Yeah, right? Am I wrong? On Dynamite, there was a promo with showing these guys with Brian Cage, part of the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, I remember Brian Cage.
And Blanchard was saying if you want to be part of the game, you got to have players. And then these are his players.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So my point is, here we have another stable being created yet again.
Faction, yeah.
You know, and he's proclaiming them as the best. But how are you going to be the best when you have all these other? You have the Undisputed Elite. You have the Gun Club. You got House of Black. You got, a lot of other, Death Triangle.
They may
Dark
end up
Order. Who else?
The Dark Order is no more.
How many other factions are there, man? Am I, missing any? I guess you have Christian and Company now, right? That's a faction now. I don't know what we're naming Christian's faction. You know what the sad thing is? Here's the craziest part that I bet if I would have told you this 10 years ago, you'd say I'm fucking crazy. If I would have told you 10 years ago, Christian's going to come out on TV and cut a better promo than Edge has in the last 2-3 years, you'd be like, no. No way. You'd say you're fucking crazy. And then I would tell you Christian and Edge are both going to start a faction around the same time, but Christian's faction is actually going to be better and more successful. You would be like, yeah, fucking right. You'd be laughing at me. But here we are, 2022. Edge got kicked out of I don't care. From what I've seen so far, it's great. Luchasaurus is a worker. He's awesome as a heel. And I think we're going to see a couple other surprises up Christian's sleeve before the year is over. I think we're going to get an evil version of Marco Stunt, too. I think they're bringing back Marco Stunt. And he's going to be like evil little minion looking fucking... Please. I heard some kind of rumor. I don't know if it's true.
No.
Yeah, I agree. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Just don't do it. Anyway, now we're in the main event of the night for Rampage. Toni Storm versus Man Beast. Nyla says if Marina is a problem, then I'm a goddamn catastrophe. Tony says when I'm done with you, I'll go after Thunder again and I won't stop until I'm the AEW Women's Champion. Mark Henry says it's time for the main event. Tony Schiavone says Tony will one day soon be AEW Women's Champion. Let's go, Tony. Nyla sucks. Let's go, Tony. Nyla sucks. Let's go, Tony. Nyla sucks. I like saying it. Let's go, Tony. Nyla sucks. That's what I was hearing. Did you guys hear it?
Shut the fuck up.
No? Shut the fuck up? All right. Well, Nyla sucks, right? Chance going on. Woo! Nyla stomping Tony and is in control. Now Tony back in control with some shots until running into the brick Nyla man beast. Now, Nyla dropping Tony with a suplex. Now Tony fights back with some forearm shots, and now we see Tony hit the ropes. And Marina pulls the ropes down to make Tony fall to the outside. Now we see Marina Shafir with the hard kick to Tony Storm on the outside as we go to the last break of the night. Nyla goes for the Samoan drop. Tony counters, but Nyla now connects with the spine buster, which actually looked good. Now Nyla has a half-ass camel clutch connected, ripping at the lips of Tony Storm. Probably wishes she had lips like Tony's. I'm sure she wished she had anything of Tony's, to be honest. Her looks, her fans, her charisma, her skills. Nyla goes for the cannonball, and Tony dodges. Now goes for her stiff hip attack, and Marina trying to drop Nyla out, but Tony kicks Marina off. Now we get a double DDT from Tony off the apron. Pretty sure Marina just botched the shit out of that DDT, hardcore status. Now Tony rolls Nyla into the ring. Top rope, goes for a flying crossbody over Nyla, kicks out. Nyla goes for the beast bomb. Tony counters, but Nyla sits on her for a 2 count. Tony pushes her off, and now we see both wrestlers exchanging shots. Stiff thrust kicks to Tony, and Nyla kick out from Storm. Nyla goes for the diving knee off the top rope. Tony dodges, catches a half-ass suplex. Nyla, who clearly cannot jump straight over. Anybody who saw this spot, it was one of the most horrific examples of professional wrestling you're ever going to see. She can't jump straight over for a German suplex. She's all the way to the fucking left because her out-of-shape ass cannot go straight over like you're supposed to. It looked really bad, and she could have hurt Tony Storm. Like, she could have actually, dislocated her fucking shoulder or something like that, because Nyla's not small. Basically, Marina kept interfering, and at this point in the match, to me, it was really annoying at this point. Tony with a springboard DDT taking Marina out. Now Tony with a pendulum DDT and gets the win in this sloppy main event. I gave it a 2-star. I thought it was too sloppy. I thought there was a lot of bullshit. I wasn't that entertained by it. Now Marina in the ring beating on Tony. Here comes Thunder Rosa to save the day yet again. Man in the Mask asks if Tony and Thunder, he says if Tony and Thunder keep this up, we will have a thunderstorm on our hands. And JR said, congratulations, that was cute, you stupid fuck. That was cute. I wasn't too excited about this match. Scorpio Sky versus Wardlow in a street fight coming up on Dynamite. Brody King versus Mox on Dynamite Championship. Dave, Gilch, what are you guys grading this? What'd you think? To close Rampage.
That's what I think. It was a boring ass match.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah?
I struggled to even stay awake on it because it was just boring. No knock to the Tony and Nyla, whatever. It's just I think that the crowd was down. It was just plain boring. So for me, I give the match a 1. There was too many interferences anyway.
Yeah.
Marina Shafir, whatever, interfered way too many times. It wasn't even making the match at all entertaining anymore.
Yeah, like I said, it was getting annoying, right? Like, it was just so annoying.
It was annoying, and it wasn't making the match any better anyway. So it's like, stop interfering. It's like, it's already boring as it is.
That's a true story.
Unfortunately, I think they could have had a better match, but the crowd wasn't there, and just what they had planned didn't go right. So I give it a 1. I was not entertained by it.
Okay. How about you, buddy? What did you say?
Yeah, 1 star. Very boring. Couple things. Number one, I don't really know much about the history of this Marina Shafir. Was she like an MMA fighter?
Yeah, she was a fighter. Yeah, real fighter.
Yeah.
The first time she came out and they announced it, the problem. I don't even think I heard a person clap or boo. It was just so
She's
nothing.
not world famous or anything, but she's had professional fights, I think, overseas. So she's probably famous in Europe and shit like that, but not in the States.
Yeah, you could see they're trying to push her, but she's just fucking boring. I mean that, and number two, can you imagine you went Wednesday night, you saw Blood and Guts, you saw, all right, even the Battle Royal to open it up, we had problems with it, but it was semi-action packed. You saw all this, you had a couple beers, you're a little buzzed, you're tired, you get ready to go home, and the finale of the night was this. Like, just put me to sleep in my seat.
I would have walked out. I've walked out, just so you know, I've walked out on the main event of WrestleMania, just so I could get home on time.
Oh, which one?
The Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch one.
No.
Because I said, what's more important? Seeing this match, which, by the way, I could see on my car while we, get the fuck out of here, and we could see how it finishes, because I had a little tablet, and that's exactly what we did. We watched the match as we beat traffic, had no traffic, because it's the main event of WrestleMania. Nobody's leaving yet, but we are. We're done. I waited for Charlotte to land in the helicopter, and that's all I needed to see. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, this one would definitely be the one to get that on. But
Plus,
yeah,
I could have left. I could have left after the opening bill because we got to see Seth Rollins take down Brock Lesnar immediately to kick off. The show kicked off with Hulk Hogan and then Seth Rollins beating Brock. As far as I was concerned, I was ready to go home at that moment.
That wasn't one of the
35 Meadowlands. Yep.
Yeah, that was here. Yeah, New York.
I had tickets. I had tickets to go last year, and I had tickets to meet Hogan too in Orlando. I was going to go to the whole Tampa one, Had tickets, had the hotels, had everything. Then COVID, cancellations. Now we're in Thunderdome era.
Oh, I'm definitely down. I'm definitely down for trips to Mania. It's something. I mean, I went to the ones here, but that's something I always wanted to do.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about going to the one in Texas, but I ended up not because I wasn't really too impressed with the card anyway. Like,
right.
Well, I didn't know at the time that it was going to be like. I didn't think we were going to get Cody versus Seth. If I knew we were going to get Cody versus Seth like ahead of time, I probably would have got the tickets if I knew that. Like 6 months ago, you tell me there's a chance Cody's fighting at Mania. I'm probably making that trip to Texas.
Yeah, that was a bonus for me.
Yeah, you mean you weren't going to take the trip to Texas because Johnny Knoxville was on the card?
No way.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I only went on Saturdays.
Next year's California. Speaking of big news, today or yesterday, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, they signed Logan Paul to a long-term WWE contract, which, in my opinion, is a big power move. And it's funny that it's the timing of it, because just recently they're in the headlines for bad things, right? Bad press from Vince having to step down because of sexual allegations that are going against him and many other members of the company. So what else could cheer up the members of the board more than them signing a actual superstar who has more followers on YouTube than the entire company combined?
Yeah,
I think that's the only way you satisfy these board members. There's no other way to satisfy them because they're probably coming at them with questions. What are we doing? How are we going to fix this? What damage control? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's never ending. So you can see in the picture that I have here on the stream right now, it's a picture of Stephanie, Triple H, Logan Paul, gladly signing the contract. Later on, he's going to hold up a little sign talking shit to The Miz. So at SummerSlam, we're probably going to get a match with Logan Paul and The Miz. Logan Paul is definitely going to win 100%. And Logan Paul is going to go on to have a spectacular career in the WWE. Because if his career is anything like his debut, and by now he's probably been training for a while that we don't know about. He has enough money to put a ring in his house, that's for fucking sure. Probably has enough money to hire a couple of marks to come in the ring and show him a couple of things or two. Probably has the money to hire one of the best wrestlers in the world to show him a thing or two, to be honest. So at this point, we don't know how well trained this guy is. This is somebody who went toe to toe. Now, whether this fight was fixed or not or whatever, wrestling's fixed. But in the world of professional wrestling, this man can say something like, "I went toe to toe with Floyd Mayweather, same guy that beat the Big Show at WrestleMania. I went toe to toe with the greatest boxer in the world. You think I'm worried about The Miz?" This guy has all the ammo to talk shit for the rest of his days in the WWE. He could end up being one of the greatest heels. It's all a matter of, can he do it? I don't know. But we're going to fucking find out. All I know is Logan Paul is fucking money. He's fucking money.
I thought he looked good at Mania.
He did.
Right.
I was
mean,
very impressed with Logan Paul. I did not think we were going to get that kind of performance out of him. He wrestled better than Dominique Mysterio has wrestled in like the whole time he's been here. He still hasn't put up a match as good as fucking Logan Paul. And his father's Rey Mysterio. Like, let's be honest. I mean, Damian Priest is right. Your father's a loser, Dominique. You need to join the Judgment Day if you want to have some advancement in your career. Finn Balor can show you a thing or two. Rey Mysterio's a loser, right? That's what Damian Priest said. Now, Rey wasn't a loser a long time ago, but he's a loser now. That's what he does. He loses to Brock, he loses to Seth. He gets his eyes stabbed out. Like, Rey Mysterio has been the WWE's punching bag for the last year and a half, 2 years. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, he lost to The Miz at Mania? Like,
I don't think he cares, though.
Oh, no. Well, why would you? Well, he's doing his job. His job is he's a legend who gets beat. He still gets the legend treatment.
He does. It's funny when you're talking about Logan Paul as like who could be an all-time heel. I'm just like scrolling around fan pages and some wrestling discords, and I just see the comments. I'm gonna hate seeing Logan Paul every week on WWE. Yeah, F that guy. Oh, it's gonna be good, bro.
Dude, it's gonna be beyond good because he already has the natural heat because of who he is. He's already a bigger celebrity than anyone that's gonna come in that ring. And whether people want to admit it or not, he's a bigger star than Roman Reigns. He's a bigger star than John Cena. He's a bigger star, and it has nothing to do with wrestling. That's the sad part. It's not because he's a wrestler. It's because he's got, I don't even know, how many subs does he have right now? I'm going to tell you right now. Last time I checked, I think he was like 50 million maybe.
I don't even understand why I can't stand that.
I don't understand either, Dave.
Neither,
the world
Paul.
is a complicated place. No, he only has 23.5 million subscribers. That's still a lot. That's still a lot. Only. And that's just on YouTube. On Instagram, I'm sure he has more followers than that. I'm sure of that. I'm going to check right now just to verify. Logan. Oh, there he is. Logan Paul. Let's see. Logan Paul on Instagram. Same thing. Wow, pretty consistent. Wow. 23.2 million followers. That means he has organic followers. That's what that statistic tells me. It means the same 23 million people that follow him on the tube follow him on the gram. And you know what that means? There's a chance that those 23 million people are now going to come watch Monday Night Raw. Imagine the first episode of Raw has a spike of ratings because of Logan Paul. And we go from, 4 million, 2 million to like 12 million. Because now he's here. This is his home now.
He will turn into the Golden Boy very, very fast if that's the case.
Oh, I feel bad for Cody Rhodes. You better get your run in quick before this kid blows up.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm making a call right now, and I'm kind of scared to say this. Earlier, I said Braun Breaker would take the IC belt off Gunther. It's not looking that way anymore. I think Logan Paul is taking that fucking strap off Gunther sooner than later.
You guys,
Give him a 24/7 title, man. Get the hell out of here with that.
give him the meme belt.
Yeah.
You guys think? I'm starting to think that Braun's gonna be one of these guys who's just like NXT champion forever and stays there. I really am.
I don't think he's losing. Actually, it's funny they say that because next week we have the Great American Bash to look forward to. And I was making a bunch of videos today. You got Cameron Grimes, who I believe is the Hardy Boys' cousin, and he's going to be taking on Braun Breaker for the NXT Championship. Dave, I'm sure you know Braun Breaker, right? You've seen him.
Yeah.
The son of Rick Steiner.
Rick Steiner.
Even though he looks more like Scott Steiner.
He looks like his pops, though.
Yeah, he does. I mean, in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
He does way more suplexes than his dad did. His dad did like more mat wrestling, and like if you ever watch his classic dad, Dave. One day I want to give you homework. I'm giving you both guys homework because I'm not sure if you've ever seen a Rick Steiner solo singles match in the late '70s. If not, I highly recommend you go find the match he had with Dr. Death, Steve Williams. If you want to see a slobber knocker, if there's ever been a slobber knocker to see. Oh, the shots and the suplexes and the mat work in that match are something to behold, man. Something to behold.
Was Dr. Death the guy they were going to push as like a heel at all time, but they made him lose in that
Well, he
brawl
was the
for
guy
all?
that they were on the fence with between pushing him and pushing Stone Cold. And right before Stone Cold went off fucking running, he was supposed to work a program with Dr. Death, but it just never panned out for multiple reasons.
Wasn't he the one that was that Dark Side of the Ring episode about the brawl for all, and he lost to someone and it kind of like killed his run? Was that him or I think it was someone else?
That was Bart Gunn.
So he got knocked out, right?
Yeah, Bart Gunn
Yeah.
got... Who did he get knocked out by? Butterbean, right?
Butterbean, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever saw that shit? The boxing
Knocked his
tournament?
ass.
Yo,
That was
you-
terrible.
You've
Oh
seen
yeah.
that, right? The whole thing? That shit was monumentally bad.
There was
Real-
no one in the business that thought it was a good idea. Even Jim, I remember seeing Jim Ross at the time. Even Cornette, they were like, this is stupid. Like,
It
people
was
getting
stupid.
hurt.
It was
People getting
stupid.
hurt.
Speaking of good things that I saw yesterday, I actually happened to watch New Japan Wrestling on Access TV, and I saw a new kind of match that I don't know if it's the way they just do business now, but if it is, I like it. It's a match, right? There's a time limit. Let's say, for example, yesterday's match had a 10-minute time limit, and every time the referee counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, it's a point for you. So these guys were having a match, and at the end of the match, the score was 11-6, right? And then this guy goes on a crazy run in the last 30 seconds, end up getting 5 pins, 5 counts, 5 pinfalls like that. The ref counting every time the ref slaps the mat. That's 1 point for you, for you. The match ends. It was 11-10. The guy makes a comeback, but he can't beat the guy, whatever. But I like this concept. It was so exciting to watch. This concept. No more 3 counts. No more submissions. Just every clap from the ref is 1 point. The most points at the end of the time limit is the winner of the match. What do you think about that concept? And did you even know that New Japan was doing this? Dave, you first. Did you know New Japan was trying this new concept?
No, it's the first I hear of it.
Does it sound interesting to you? Because it looked amazing to me. I actually enjoyed the fuck out of that match.
It's different for sure. It's something that they should try.
Very innovative.
Actually, I won't be surprised they do it on AEW now that they're messing with them.
Very innovative. I mean, the wrestling match has been the same for a very long time. We've seen very little innovation as far as like how the matches go, especially the rules and everything. Gilch, have you ever seen this? Did you know New Japan was doing this?
No, not in the slightest.
What do you think of all this, hearing about this for the first time?
I think it's a bit too much.
In what way?
I gotta watch it.
I have a clip I can put in
I
the
gotta watch
Facebook
it.
page. Yeah, it was the match that I just saw. It was actually guys that were at Forbidden Door too. Well, one guy, I believe it was that guy that we saw tonight, Gato, versus somebody else, and they were having a singles match,
Yeah.
and they were just going at it, blow for blow, exchanging shots, and then every time they went for a pinfall, the ref would count. And there was one time where the guy got like a 4 count. And I was confused. I'm like, what the fuck? Why did he just get a 4 count? Because they're gonna count as long as the guy's shoulders are on the mat. So you could essentially get like 100 count if you wanted to. It doesn't end the match. The match doesn't end till the time limit. And what I liked about it is there was absolutely no commercials during the match. So you saw 10 minutes of wrestling before they went to break. There was none of that commercial bullshit. That's one thing I hate about today's wrestling. The commercial breaks during a good match. Nothing can kill a match faster than a fucking Taco Bell commercial or a Burger King commercial coming on, just fucking up your fucking mood. Good match, good wrestling going on, and then we're gonna talk about Taco Bell to get you hungry, fuck you up for the night. Piss me off for that shit. But I thought it was a cool concept. I think you guys should check it out and just see what you think of it. I would love to see WWE implement something like that once in a while. Not for every match, but maybe they can make like a special kind of a match, for that. Or maybe they can make a title for that. I don't know. Maybe they can do that for the European Championship. Bring back the European Championship, which was a legitimate title for many years. And they have plenty of guys that need a title and don't have one. So, no? I don't know. You guys have anything else you want to talk about tonight? Wrestling, life, anything. I have no rush to go to bed, so we can end this shit. We can keep going, keep talking. There's non-stop wrestling going on. There's Sasha Banks. There's Vince McMahon.
we're gonna be excited tomorrow night when Seth wins the briefcase and then cashes it in a couple minutes later and takes the belt off Roman. No.
Well, not a couple of minutes later, a couple of weeks later, right? SummerSlam. I wish it was a couple of minutes later, but Roman is nowhere near this card. He has nothing to do with this pay-per-view. He didn't even come on SmackDown tonight. He's done.
Yeah, I know.
Roman's in the islands right now getting a fucking hand job or a blow job or some kind of a job. So he's liking it. And he's eating a fucking big pig at the same time. Hawaiian style. Samoan style.
Seth is going to cash it in the back when Roman's hanging out and just chilling and take it from him there. I don't know.
Wow. Do you think we're going to see Solo Sikoa tomorrow? I really think we're going to see him. I think it's the only way to save the Street Profits and make them still look good while taking the L. Continue in the Bloodline storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. They're taking the L. There's no doubt about it. But I think you're right. You can't just, like, have them take another clean loss. Well, not another, but I take a clean loss to them. I think, yeah, that's out there. Like, I haven't really, like, NXT I don't watch all the time, like I had mentioned. So I haven't really tracked his progress as far as, like, the storylines. I've seen him fight. I like him. I just don't know. Does he have anything going on in NXT as far as an angle goes right now?
Well, he's just like a brute. He's like the Samoan brute. That's his. I look at him as the Samoan version of Miro or Rusev. You know, when he came in. We'll see what happens. He's got a couple of good movesets. He does a super rock bottom that looks incredible. I will give him that. He legit does a super rock bottom. I don't know if you've seen it. He doesn't pull it out all the time, but when he pulls it out, it looks huge. It looks devastating. I'd like to see it on the main roster. I'd love to see it on the main roster, actually.
If he comes up on the main roster, you got to get him a title soon, right?
Maybe. I don't know what's going to happen with that because, you know, you're going to get him on the roster, you're going to introduce him, then we got to see how long the Bloodline's going to last, how long they're going to go for. There's a lot of possibilities, though. I mean, he might just be like an enforcer for the Usos. You know, just an insurance policy to make sure they don't lose the titles. You know?
Yeah.
Roman's going to, like, pass the torch. I don't know where we go with all this because eventually I see him being on his own. He's going to come there, be the bodyguard for the Usos, the Bloodline. Then Jay's going to lose. They're going to lose the titles to the Profits. Roman's going to lose to Cody. And then where does that leave Solo then? It leaves him exactly what his name says. Fucking Solo. He's fucking Solo. And we'll see what happens. I mean, he's not the greatest on the mic. He can cut a promo. But I've seen moments from him where there's definitely hesitation. I don't even feel he's ready for a main roster debut unless it involves only spots and no talking. I don't see them giving him a mic. I see them making him like an enforcer type for the first, you know, maybe all the way up to Mania. We'll see. I don't know.
How big is he? Oh, he is 6'2", 220.
Yeah, he's not a small guy by any stretch of the imagination. Dave's never gonna watch NXT. He hates that shit.
Not interested.
Stone Cold sucks. How about that? You interested in that?
You don't even believe that.
Nah, he's the man. He's the man. You got to change your active wrestlers, Dave. We all do. I actually deleted that part off the website. My top 10 has changed.
Oh yeah, because a lot. Yeah, that's true.
Everybody's fucking injured. Edge is not. And I wouldn't even say Edge is injured, but like, where is Edge? When does Edge come back? How does he come back
tomorrow?
They're saying that he's gonna take on Finn Balor at SummerSlam. That's the word in the streets. Makes sense.
Gotta come back soon then.
Well, we got 30 days for SummerSlam, right? It's at the end of the month. This is the first time we're getting two major pay-per-views in the same month, isn't it? In a while. I think it's happened before, but not recently. We're getting Money in the Bank and SummerSlam in July, which is fucking strange.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it's an end of the month.
That's true. 2022 SummerSlam will mark the first time the event will not be held in August.
Yeah, it's crazy. SummerSlam's always in August, so I don't understand what they're trying to achieve here. What's the August pay-per-view then?
Maybe there isn't.
They taking a break?
I doubt that. With that, I mean, I wish they would. I mean, it's so watered down with a pay-per-view every 28, 30 days. But
I wish they would just go back to like every other month. I mean, I wish it was only 4 times a year, the big shows. They're definitely oversaturated with all the pay-per-views, especially if you watch the NXT and all that other shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'll tell you this, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on Impact. Impact I watch actually on Thursday as well, after the New Japan. And now that I see New Japan's on Thursdays, I think I'm going to start tuning in. Just to keep an eye on the botches. See what's going on. Who's fucking up here or in Japan. Someone's fucking up. And I want to be there to see it. I didn't see any this Thursday, but Impact? Yeah. Wow.
Can't go wrong with Impact.
Impact is the worst fucking shit on
little
TV today.
Little Chelsea Green action.
I saw a promo.
Oh boy.
I saw a promo from Raven, who literally looks like he's pretty much 1 foot in the grave already. And it was not a good promo at all. He's talking about like nevermore, Raven never. He's still saying the same things. Talking about weird shit. Nothing interesting going on. All their wrestlers, except like 2 guys, are just fucking weird. I don't understand any of the gimmicks. Have you watched NWA at all? Either of you?
I've heard of it on Busted Open, but I never watched it.
I actually watched a couple hours of NWA in the car. And Matt Cardona is pretty good, but yeah, another shit show.
He injured?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, he tore his labrum.
Really? How long is he done for?
A while.
Isn't he the champ or did he vacate?
He vacated.
He did vacate. Wow.
Yeah.
All 7 of his titles?
I don't know. I don't think all of them. I think just that one. You know what I mean? I'm a big Cardona fan. I always have been. Do you think there's any chance that he comes full circle like Cody?
There's always a chance.
Gets another shot in WWE.
As far as WWE is concerned, there's always a chance. You can't say never. Now, I don't know if they have his push the way
I think so.
we'd like to see it, but
I have a feeling that he's like over WWE. He's done it. He was there for so long. I think that he's
they all want
happy
to
to
come back, bro. They all want to come back, bro. Except for Punk. Punk's the only one who genuinely like hates WWE. Because when I met Punk, I made him sign that belt right there, and he actually said the words "ill," like "ugh."
I mean, I never thought Cody would go back, so I mean, I guess there's a chance.
Cody's a lifer. He loves it. He grew up on it. He grew up in every single Legend's arms. That's all you need to know. That's why he's there. He's there because he was in the knees of Andre the Giant, in the arms of Hulk Hogan, running around with Macho Man, running around with Jimmy Snuka, running around with Roddy Piper, Ultimate Warrior, Ravishing Rick Rude, and every other fucking legend you can imagine under the sun, from the south to the north, all of Canada, all of you know who this guy grew up around. He was having, you know who was at the dinner table? He had Ric Flair at the dinner table. He had Arn Anderson at the dinner table. He had all of Dusty's boys and friends at the table. This shit was wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can't even comprehend that kind of life unless you lived it, man. It's like the same thing with The Rock. You just can't. You don't understand it unless you're part of it. It's one thing growing up the son or daughter of a wrestler, and it's another thing being on the road with the son. I mean, with the father, with your father, you're being on the road now. Your father's taking you to shows, taking you around town. From what I heard, Cody in the beginning, Dusty didn't want Cody coming with him all the time. But eventually, Cody just annoyed the fucking shit out of him. He started coming everywhere.
That's funny.
Because Dustin was already in it, and the mom wanted Cody to not be in it. But, how long can you really keep that up? Eventually, Cody's going to go and do his thing. Good show on a show, I think it stars. You guys seen that show, Heels?
Heard of it.
Watch it, bro.
Dave, you should watch it. CM Punk's in it.
Yeah, I know. Heard of it.
I literally... I watched it just because it was wrestling, and after an episode or two, I was like, this is a good fucking drama.
It's not bad. It's a drama for sure, and it's got its corny moments, but I like I like Arrow, too, so he's in it, Stephen Amell, whatever the fuck his name is. He's a beast.
Yeah.
They do a good job, though. They make it believable. And then you get to see Punk come in there, play the grizzled old veteran that he actually is now. But it's got to be kind of cool that he's probably, shooting scenes for season 2, and he's the interim AEW World Champion now. So he's like, I'm back. I'm the man. I'm the champ now. kind of cool.
That's cool.
It's a good show to watch. I would recommend it. We still got people watching us. I guess they like hearing us talk about the Arrow. I don't know what else to talk about right now.
I don't think that's funny.
Been a long fucking day.
There was somebody, I can't remember who it was now, but that little outlaw wrestling thing I went to in Brooklyn a couple weeks ago, there was someone didn't show, and they said they had a conflict, and they were doing an episode of Heels, and I can't remember who it was now. It's going to bother me, but I found that funny.
Madcap Moss qualifies for the money, and he's on the face of the WWE website right now. I still can't believe they gave it to Madcap over Corbin. I don't think Corbin deserved what he got this year, but what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? Let's see what happens with Corbin. Let's see what's going on the dirt sheets. Matt Hardy has revealed what's next. Now Jeff is out of the picture. CM Punk may not like... Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Did you hear about that? What Hangman said about Punk? Hangman basically said, I kind of knew he wasn't going to be able to do my buckshot. He straight up said it. He's like, I don't know why he even attempted for it. I knew he wasn't going to be able to do it.
Oh, wow.
He's making these comments now that Punk is obviously injured. Do you think that's cool, or... I agree with him because I would be upset, too.
Well, he's lying because he did his buckshot and Dynamite, I think, and he did it clean, so...
And how
that
about
was his second... That was his second attempt to win it on the pay-per-view.
He had 3 attempts.
And that's why he checked it
He had 3 attempts, though. So he completed it the first time.
And then the next 2, he botched them.
Yes, but don't you feel for Hangman, who's trying to put on a 5-star match, and then the guy you're in the ring with is too busy trying to prove to himself that he can still do it instead of just putting on the best match possible? You missed it the first time. Fine, great. Why are you going for it again? Why? That was a car crash, the first attempt. I don't care. Yeah. I would say that to Punk's face. The first attempt was a car crash. Now, what happens when you crash your car? You fucking pull over, you exchange insurance, and you move on. You don't get back in the car and then ram the fucking person that you just hit again. Do you do that, Dave? After a car accident, do you get back in the car, back it up, and then just crash right back in to the victim of your fucking abuse? Is that what you do? Because if you do, then it means you're a piece of shit. So, if anything, that's what I think of Punk as far as that match goes. In general, Punk is a good guy, good human being. But at that moment in time, after the car crash of the first buckshot, there should have been no second attempt. Because number one, if you stop right there, you're still the champion. You probably don't blow out your kneecap, or at least, I don't even think he blew it out, but he set it up to be blown out on Dynamite 3 days later. Just saying. So I kind of agree with Hangman. Like, I think he has a right to talk shit about this because he was the world champion. He's not just saying this as some wrestler who had a match with CM Punk or just some guy who was on the card with CM Punk. He's saying this as the guy that was passed the torch from Kenny motherfucking Omega. That's a big deal, no? Kenny Omega was just the biggest wrestler in the world, was he not? My man was walking around with all the gold, talking all the shit. And who took that title off him? Because it sure as shit wasn't Moxley. Wasn't Daniel Bryan. Wasn't CM Punk. I'm sure CM Punk would have loved that. But he should have came back a little sooner if he wanted that. But instead, you don't come off and take the belt off Kenny. No, you decide to take it off the new rising star who's just getting famous, who's just finding his footwork, who's just putting together his character. People want to talk all the shit about Hangman, but they don't understand the amount of pressure they put on this guy. They put the Stone Cold gimmick on him. You're going to drink beer, you're going to kick ass, and the fans are going to love you because you're all about cowboy shit. I mean, it doesn't get more Stone Cold than that. The only difference is he's not bald. But it's funny that he looks like a young Stone Cold. Because Stone Cold used to have the long blonde hair. You know what I mean? This guy's got Stone Cold written all over him, god damn it. And I'm kind of happy they're doing what they're doing to him right now. Because they're doing what they did to Stone Cold. Maybe this is all on purpose. And if that's the case, I'll give credit to Tony Khan, but I know he's not that deep with this shit. Because the only way you create another Stone Cold, you piss somebody off. You piss somebody off and you fire them. You treat them like shit and you don't push them. and you book them in shitty fucking matches, and you make them fucking rethink their whole life, asking themselves, am I even worth it? Am I even a good wrestler? But deep down within, they know who they are. They know what they're capable of. And then they bring you those moments like the ECW Stone Cold promos that lead to the Ringmaster, that lead to Austin 316, that lead to one of the greatest runs in the history of professional wrestling. You piss someone off. So if that's what they're going for with Hangman, then good. Keep it up. Piss him off. Because I want to see in 2-3 years a fucking pissed off, hungry, severely underrated Hangman Adam Page. Because I bet you his next run is going to be a bigger, more impactful, powerful run than he had now. I hope at least. That's what I hope to see for Hangman, because I'm a Hangman guy. I like Hangman.
He needs to go back to bringing the noose to the ring.
The noose, right? Yeah, the noose. Yeah. He's got to stop all these interactions with the Dark Order, too. Like tonight, I didn't like the hugging in the ring between him and John Silver. Yeah, they're friends. We fucking get it. But you two fucking morons are supposed to be competing for a title shot. It looks stupid. It's disrespectful to the match. And it shows that you're not taking the match serious. That's how I take it. You know, maybe somebody else might not, but that's how I take it. I take it as you're not taking the match serious. You guys know you're about to lose, and you're trying to have your shitty little moment together. So you can have something to talk about later tonight. It's selfish, and it takes away from everybody else in the ring. All those spots that you see like that, between little friends and this and that, when you see Orange Cassidy do all his little stupid spots to all of it, it's selfish. I gotta get my little moment in there. I gotta get I gotta do my thing, my shit. I got orange juice. I got a mask. I got beer. I got my friend. We're gonna hug. Just focus on the match. Focus on the spots. Focus on the story you're telling. Not just my moment. I want to have my Instagram moment, or my mention on TikTok, or my mention on whatever the fuck. That's my take on it. I don't know.
It's fair.
Poor CM Punk, though. I still feel bad for CM Punk because he didn't deserve that. So, all right, real quick question before we get off there. And I'll start with Gilch. Gilch, who is your superstar of the week?
Madcap Moss.
Madcap Moss?
Yep.
Overall, the whole week, he's your star?
There's nobody jumping out at me, honestly.
Okay. All right, Madcap Moss it is, baby. Dave, how about you? Who's your superstar of the week? Who's David's superstar of the week?
I would say Claudio.
I want to pull my answer back and say Claudio.
I would agree. Claudio had I would agree. Claudio had a hell of a debut. And speaking of Claudio, Dave, where did you hear that Claudio was going to be the guy? First.
Oh goodness.
Real quick. Where did you hear that Claudio was going to be the guy in that match? And not only the day before, 2 days before, 3 days before. I told you 7 days before the match started. I told you before any of the dirt sheets. I told you before any of the little shitty heads start making their little posts on their stories. I told you before you saw, heard, or read it anywhere that it was going to be Cesaro, because I got it from my source, who will remain unnamed. And he's a good source. When I get it from him, it's coming true. Fucking told you, man. Fucking told you. Cesaro, goddamn. Cesaro, goddammit. He was your superstar of the week. Very impressive, but he wasn't mine. My superstar of the week is Pac for the impressive win and becoming the first ever All-Atlantic Championship. Now, AEW may not want to acknowledge Pac and bring him on Dynamite or Rampage, but I do. I want to acknowledge him because he also beat Miro, who I thought was going to win. I thought Miro was winning that match hands fucking down, no questions asked. And they said nope. We're going to give it to the guy that deserves it the most all along. And that's what I loved about it. The guy that actually really deserved it the most out of all four men got it. And we rarely see that in pro wrestling nowadays. We rarely see the guy that actually deserves it get the belt. Smackdown. Corbin deserved to be in that match. We didn't see it. Not going to see it. Madcap. If Madcap wins this, I'm deleting this YouTube channel.
That'd be hilarious.
If Madcap wins, I might. All right, I'm not going to say I'm going to delete it, but I might. That's how devastated I'll be. If Madcap wins this match right now. I'd rather see Riddle, Sami Zayn. I'd rather see Drew. I'd even rather see Sheamus at this point. To me, those are my 3 right there that I'll be happy with: Rollins, Zayn, or Sheamus. I wouldn't be mad at either 3 of those.
Wow.
Seth, baby. That's it.
I'm giving you the spoiler right now for the women's match. Liv Morgan, unfortunately, is your Miss Money in the Bank. 100%.
So she could cash it in and lose.
So
No,
Seth wins. You don't think Becky's gonna win to be like Becky and
Listen to me carefully right now. Becky Lynch.
have to
Becky Lynch only wins titles at WrestleMania from now on.
and she can't do that with Money in the Bank.
No, because right now she's Becky No Belts. And don't fucking forget it. She's Becky No Belts for like 9 months. She might win it at Mania, I don't know. But yeah, they're going to give Liv Morgan a run right now. Because she sells merch. And she's sucking somebody off. I don't know who, but...
I heard she's big at the house shows, so that's probably why they're pushing her.
I'm sure she's big at the house parties, too.
However you want to call it.
I don't know, man. Who are you
What's
picking for that
her,
match?
Ugh.
Asuka? I want Asuka, but I think Liv's going to win. I only want Asuka because of what the promos will be. The promos will be awesome. Just like some Japanese promo. She comes out, spits at people, shits on people, wins.
You think it doesn't be before the men's match, so
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
damn.
We might as well do some predictions real quick before we go off the air. Tomorrow night, you do have Money in the Bank. Tomorrow night, or actually later today, I should say. Money in the Bank. How about Carmella and Bianca?
Bianca.
Bianca, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Carmella on this one. I'm going to shake things up. I think Carmella's going to surprise us. And we're going to see some crazy shit. Usos, we know what's going to happen there. At least I think I know what's going to happen. What other matches do we have that I'm missing right now? Natty versus Ronda. I think Ronda... I want Natty to win, but I think Ronda's going to win.
Ronda.
Yeah, agreed. I can't. I mean, I'd be shocked if not won. I'd be happy but shocked.
What other matches am I missing? Theory, right? Theory versus Bobby Lashley. United States Championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I say Theory.
Yeah, I this is a tough one. This
I
is
mean,
a tough one for me.
It's the golden boy, but I mean, they haven't shied away from, having him job at WrestleMania.
Well, here's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Great point. Yeah, if Pat can beat him, why can't Bobby?
Right.
Like right now, you want me to believe that Pat can beat Theory, but Bobby can't? It's just,
Well,
I could
what's
see
up for the
Theory.
title?
I could see Theory winning, but not clean. I can't see it clean. And Theory's a dirty.
Probably. He is a heel, so.
He is a heel, yeah. So if Theory wins, it's got to be by DQ or some crazy shit. If Bobby wins, it's got to be like decimation.
Yeah.
And I think that sets up his match with John Cena at SummerSlam. Maybe John Cena comes out, gets involved. Just comes out, says, "You can't see me." Or what if Bobby Lashley plays John Cena's music? And then he turns to the thing, and then Bobby hits him in the Hurt Lock, and that's it. Game over. There's a few scenarios here. You got to think Cena's going to get involved at some point, because that's all I keep hearing. That's going to be Theory versus Cena at SummerSlam, like 2 billion%. Yet we didn't see any slight indication of that other than their small little altercation. But Cena just walked away. He didn't even say anything. He basically wouldn't even acknowledge Theory half the night.
Yeah, I heard that, and that makes sense too to have them SummerSlam. But like you said, there's nothing there yet.
Listen to the lineup they have for SummerSlam right now, potentially. You have John Cena. You have Edge and Finn Balor. John Cena and Theory. Edge and Finn Balor. Miz versus Logan Paul. Roman versus Brock. And who knows for the women's title. We could be seeing some new shit. It could be Liv Morgan versus Asuka. It could be Natty versus fucking Christ, Lacey Evans. You never know, or it could be Ronda versus Lacey. You don't know. The point is they have, I think, finally, SummerSlam might actually be a stacked card. And don't forget that Mr. Seth Rollins is probably going to be walking around the building with the briefcase. Are we going to get to see a repeat of WrestleMania 31? Are we going to get to see a repeat of the cash-in and just screw in Brock and Roman at the same time again? By the architect? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we even see a match by Stone Cold. Maybe Stone Cold cuts a promo, comes out, kicks somebody's ass. Come on, man. Dave, after that bump at WrestleMania on the cement, I have to give Stone Cold credit. I think he's ready for more.
I think he's still recovering from those.
Still recovering?
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing anything more of us.
All right, just quick. If you guys are gonna watch Ric Flair's last match, raise your hand. Nobody's head is going. Oh, all right, I'll watch it.
I'll watch it just to see the fucking train wreck that it's gonna be.
I'll watch it in the chance that his pacemaker stops working in the middle of the match and Ric Flair dies on pay-per-view.
He's been training, so.
No, he hasn't. Stop.
Yes, you seen the training videos? He's been training.
Stop it. His bump is not like the bump a normal wrestler's taking right now. First of all, that guy can't feel any pain, okay? Because he's probably drunk. Or his back is probably so used to taking bumps. I wouldn't be surprised if his back, after all the surgeries he's had, is like a giant piece of iron at this point. Like, he probably feels no fucking pain when he takes a bump. It's not even training for him. It's a joke. Ric Flair taking a bump in the ring, that's like me getting up and having a cup of water.
I'm watching the video of him and Jay Lethal training right now.
I don't know what happened with him and Jay Lethal. They must have got into a fight. Because Jay Lethal wanted to be on that card, Dave, and then Ric Flair told him, I don't have the authority to put you on the card. Which is complete utter bullshit, Jay told him. Like, what are you saying right now? It's your show, you idiot. What do you mean you don't have the authority to get me on the card? It's the Ric Flair show. Like right now. And he got mad tight, and the Nature Boy just basically told him to go suck a dick.
Oh man, watching some of these training videos, I'm definitely watching this match because it's going to be a train wreck from hell.
Yeah, but he's got some big help, right? Who's his team? Isn't FTR teaming with him?
I don't know, something like that.
I think he's pulling in the big guns, man. He's getting ultra carry. My God, who else is going to be on this show? Do you guys follow any wrestlers on Twitch?
No.
Adam Cole, Tyler Breeze, Paige.
You don't follow AJ?
I didn't know AJ's on Twitch.
He is, man. He loves this shit. I don't know if he still is now after what happened with the whole... I think now they're allowed to all stream again, right?
I think so.
Yeah, thank God they did that because it was fucked up when they did that. I was not a big fan of that move when they called that whole, like, not allowing guys to stream. Who's your favorite video game streamer that's a wrestler? Out of all the guys you mentioned, who entertains you the most?
Good question. I watch Adam a lot, but Adam Cole self-admittingly is not a very good gamer. He tries. He's entertaining, but he's not very good.
I see AJ tries pretty hard. He plays like the shooting games. He plays like Warzone, Call of Duty. He plays a lot of the shooting games. He tries. And his son makes fun of him the whole time he's playing.
That's pretty funny.
His son thinks he's a loser. His son thinks, he's like, do you want to watch some matches? He's like, no. I don't give a fuck about wrestling anymore. Wrestling sucks. Raw sucks. You suck.
That's funny. Styles Clash is now followed by me, so
yeah,
I'll get for
AJ
that.
fucking Styles, man. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Appreciate you all watching. That's why we kept a little going extra because there's a bunch of you watching right now. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm here with Gilch. I'm here with Dave. Eventually, we'll get Jay on here at the same time, all four of us. I'm dying to do a four-man show. It might happen tomorrow night. I am going to be doing live commentary for Money in the Bank starting tomorrow night live at 8 o'clock. Will I be by myself or will there be people here? Wait and see, because we don't know the answer right now. We don't know. I don't know. Nobody's giving me any commitments here. Everybody's kind of looking at me right now. Saturday night? I don't want nothing to do with that shit. So George will be here by himself. What happens around 8 o'clock, my wife passes out, bedtime. She's a new mom, so she gets tired. So, I got no choice but to watch the show. So I might as well do commentary on it. And I had fun with the Forbidden Door. So we'll see tomorrow if I can improve my commentary game play-by-play. I give a lot of credit to the Man in the Mask, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, and every other commentator who has come and gone. It is not an easy job to speak for 2 or 3 hours without making any mistakes, sounding cool, sounding good, and sounding like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Very hard. A lot of credit to all the commentary guys before we end the show tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Everybody have a safe weekend. Enjoy Money in the Bank, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.